Yes, people, welcome back to Gna Tv. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to Gna Tv. We are here to talk about the 1-0 win between, 2 seconds, guys, Palace and Chelsea. Lots to talk about, lots to discuss in terms of the performance, the overall performance as well. We're going to delve into, not only we're going to be talking about the system, Tuchel, probably Lukaku, quite a bit to talk about. We're going to talk about the overall way that we're playing as well. We'll do player ratings a bit later. We'll open up the lines as well, get people involved. We're going to be here for at least over 2 hours today, just talking about some of this stuff as well. It's quite a lot to go through, quite a lot to get into. So make sure that you get yourself comfy, get yourself some snacks, yourself some drinks. This is going to be a very interesting stream today because there's a lot that needs to be spoken about, and there's a lot at the moment going on within the Chelsea community, and I wouldn't say there's a divide in terms of the fan base, but there's a lot of pros and cons and ins and outs, and yeah, and we really need to just get to the point, get to the middle of this and just try and have a discussion as a community about not only individuals, about how we are playing at the moment. So make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to Gna TV. Before we move forward, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to Gna TV. Hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. Yeah, guys, hope you are having a good Sunday. I watched the game yesterday. I couldn't stream because I had an important 60th birthday of my mum's, so went out on that. But it was good to at least go out knowing that we got the valid 3 points. Thanking Mr. Hakim Ziyech for doing so, who we've got to admit at the moment has been in very good form for Chelsea and pretty much dragging us through the muds at the moment, especially in how we're playing, not able to score more than 1 goal in games. And it's becoming slightly painful to watch. And I know a lot of people were saying, well, we've just come back from the Club World Cup. There needs to be context to what we're actually, what's going on in regards to Chelsea. But this is not something this is not something that's just happened now. This is not a performance that we've only just seen of late. This is a performance that we've been seeing for a couple of months, easily a couple of months. And it's getting to the point now where we can't even blame injuries because we have key players back. While I agree that Reece James and Ben Chilwell are massively missed in the way that we like to play, we'll have Reece James back. We're still just not getting the performances that we should be from certain individuals. And yesterday's game, for me personally, was poor. It's just a mirror image, a splitting mirror image of how we play or have been playing for months. You could probably even say for a while. And we're going to delve into all of that. I want to talk about the system, the way we're playing. Is there a finger to be pointed at Tuchel? Can we be moaning about personnel, individuals, and the way that they're performing in the systems? And we're going to talk about that as well. But we're also going to be talking about, obviously, the topic obviously being Romelu Lukaku as well, because there's been a lot of talk on him on social media and some weird things that I've just been reading and watching on Twitter as well, which I just think needs to be addressed because it's not right. It's just generally not right. It's not at the standards that us as a Chelsea fan base or football club are used to seeing. And yeah, we're going to delve into all that. Before we do that, let's just go through some of the people in the chat as always. RD, big up to you. He says his man Pulisic has a stinker. Yeah, we'll talk about Pulisic and a bit later on, but he wasn't great. No, he wasn't great. Didn't have a good game. Then again, I thought he had moments where he got the ball, he drove well and tried to link up play, but very wasteful in the second half, picking the balls up and, just giving the balls away in wrong positions, etc. Big up to Hiking with Martin. Nice to see you, my man. Land the Minerals. Minerals is coming today. We're going to talk serious today. Honestly, I've got a lot to go through. There's so much to go through, and unfortunately, it's going to be around mainly one individual, and I don't like doing that. But we're going to talk about it in a minute. Concierge of Crime, big ups, Jim. Hope you about that assist from Malone. Yeah, he came on, he set up the goal. Great, I'm so glad that he can cross the ball, because we struggle to find people in the team at the moment that can do that, to be honest. Andre, big up to you, his shit performance. If Olesi and Zaha would have scored their curler, we would. Yeah. And there were moments where our defence did get caught and one-on-ones with Olesi and Zaha, and they put us in positions where we could have been 1 or 2-0 behind. It was lucky that it just went past the post, to be fair. They had the edge on both of them shots, and that's the difference. That's the fine lines that Chelsea are currently playing at the moment. Even though we're dominating games, teams are still being given the opportunity to maybe nick 1 or 2 goals. And this is why I keep saying we cannot keep relying on our defence to dig us out. It's not sustainable. I'm sorry. It's just not sustainable to allow your defenders to continuously keep digging you out, and our forwards to only just score a goal. It's painful. I don't know. We're going to talk about him, though. We're going to talk about him. Jim, did you see what Terry said Terry's Terrace about? No, I haven't seen it yet. But I'll watch it after the stream. Big up to Noah as well. Yeah, big up to Ziyech. Like I keep saying, Ziyech was, pretty good and has been good for a while. And this is the thing, right? Because players like Ziyech are now benefiting from a system that suits them. But the issue that I think we have at the moment is every time we switch the system, the players that play in that new system, some of them just suffer from it. It's like you switch one system and it benefits other. Then you switch that system and that doesn't benefit that one. And it's like there's always someone that's not benefiting or being able to get the best out of it, being played in a different system or a different way of playing. And that's a problem, because that tells me we haven't got any versatile players. We haven't got enough of players that are adaptable to different systems. That's why I say summer is so important. We need players that can adapt to different types of systems, because currently at the moment we've got a bunch of players that are being asked to play in 2 or 3 different systems this season and just can't adapt to it. Some do better than others, and that's it. It's never we all do very good. They're all benefiting from it. It's some of them benefit from it, others are just shitting it. Let's be serious. Others are just shitting it. Ram says, read your WhatsApp. Later on, Rams, I'll read that on your behalf as well. Ram did send me a WhatsApp message that he'd like me to read to you guys a bit later on, so I will definitely do that. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Chi-Chi, Noah as well. No, I didn't. I was out, but I watched the highlights. What a game it was. Yeah, well, that's Terry, and this is what I'm saying. It's not, and for someone like Terry to come out and even pinpoint these things tells me that maybe the way I'm feeling and thinking as well is not the wrong way to think about it all. There is a lot to talk about, man. I'm telling you, we're going to get into it. There's so much to go on. Big up to Heiko and Martin. There are still no excuses for how bad Chelsea are playing. It's been bad since James and Chil have been out. We haven't been able to cope with it. Yeah, but, it gets to a point where, as much as I know that we miss them too, in terms of, the games that we've played without, there's got to be some games that you play without them where you are good. You change the system and the players that you have got can just adapt to it and it works. It gives you that different option. Like it's not doing that. It's literally, we're not, it's painful. I am struggling to watch Chelsea play at the moment. It's not fun. I literally end up sitting there and falling asleep, and I'm not joking. I'm even going to games and I'm watching it and I'm falling asleep. It's not all good enough. Big up to Showtime as well. It's not even Lukaku banter, but do you know what? I think he has to be spoken about, because, again, I keep saying it about Lukaku. Yeah, it pains me. It's making me close my eyes because I get bored of talking about him. It's that he ain't getting any better, guys. He genuinely just isn't getting any better. And I'm seeing so many stinky, pooey, shit, bullshit on social media, excuses for a player that isn't even trying himself. He's not even doing the basics. Yeah, it's easier to blame Kai Havertz. It's easier to blame Pulisic. It's easier to blame Ziyech. It's easier to blame the midfield. It's easier to blame Thiago Silva, because when he comes out with the ball, he should play it quicker to Lukaku when he runs. It's not Why I agree that we are very slow, and I agree it's painful to watch in the way that we build up, and it is a problem. That is part of the issue that we have, is how quick we build up in transition moving forward. There's still individual performances that are just way not good enough. Big up to Top Bins. Big up to you, my man. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get it into it. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Osama. Big up to Hassan. It's gonna be a toxic stream. It's gonna be a yeah. He did, but he played right back. And I don't even blame him. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. Big up, Jem. Hope you're well. Lukaku all for. Everyone's talking about Lukaku in the chat. Literally, Jem Unfiltered is what Bex is saying. Yep, it's gonna be one of those days, man. It's literally going to be one of those days. Yeah, and do you know what? I've got to give, before we get into it anymore, I have to give props to Hakim Ziyech because he has stepped up, and for me, I admit it, I was one of the guys that said he needs to go. But the way I felt at the time and the performances that we were seeing from him merited him not being in the Chelsea squad. He was poo. And I don't think any Chelsea fan in this who's watching today will disagree with that. He hasn't been good, but we switched the system. We play him in a position that he's more comfortable in. And I've been saying Ziyech's best position is not being a forward playing behind the striker. It's being able to hold the width, play off the right. And that's why we've been seeing the best of Hakim Ziyech in games. Big up, bro. Oh, yeah, but, again, Havertz, this is the thing. Like, where I agree Havertz didn't do much. None of them did. And this is why I keep saying to you guys, we can't be sitting here digging out Havertz and Pulisic and Ziyech. Like, there's more to it. I think there is a bigger issue than that, personally. But we're going to talk about it all in a bit. Anyway, big up to you. Werner, listen, all I'm going to say, yeah, and when it comes to Werner, yeah, and the Lukaku, and I've seen a little bit of it on social media, is that one tries, even though he doesn't score, and he gets back for it because you can see that he knows he's not doing well, but he's trying to work for the team. And the other one, the lamppost, from what I'm calling him for now, because it's just after yesterday's stats, from what I saw, it makes me sick. I actually feel sick trying to even talk about this. It really annoys me. The other one has no movement, doesn't try and, even though he ain't scoring goals, get involved in the game, push a player. Instead, what he does is he just allows the opposition defenders that he's up against to bully him. He just likes getting bullied. He got pocketed by Anderson. Fucking Anderson. I'm going to get into it in a bit. Big up to Bex. Big up to QNTV. I literally don't understand why Lukaku needs to be excluded from criticism. He's not. Today, he's not. I don't hide from anything. I will criticise players that should be criticised. And today, we're going to talk about it. Big up, Jim and chat. Yeah, we're talking about Lukaku. Trust me, man. The lines are going to be open soon for you guys. Best player on the pitch, as always, Bex. The best defender in the Premier League for me at the moment, and maybe in the world, Thiago Silva, El Monstro. If you love Thiago Silva, hit that like button. Let's get them likes up. I need 100 likes on this show today, please, guys. We've only got 25 at the moment, over 70 of you here. Let's get them likes up. We're going to talk about the game now. We're going to get into some stats. We're going to go through some analysis that I found on Twitter as well. Then we're going to open up the lines. And when I open up the lines today, this is how we're going to do it, right? I'm going to go through what I've got on Twitter that I need to go through and speak about, right? Then I'm going to open up the lines. And with regards to the play ratings, we will do it together. We will do the player ratings together. But I need to go through what I need to go through to just get it off my chest for now, so that when we go through the players, you guys can have your say and do your thing, and and we can do it together. No problemo. No problem. You're saying, right, let's do it. All right. So, big up everyone in the chat. Big up to Ollie AC as well. What went with team of Werner? He doesn't see the team. Doesn't even see the team. You're probably someone that defends Romelu Lukaku, mate. So I'm not even in the mood for people that are going to be player agending today. Jim, don't talk nice about Havertz today, but we're going to talk about it all. We're going to talk about it all. Yeah, we're going to talk about it all. But you guys that are coming for Havertz are the ones that are sticking up for Lukaku. So, I ain't going to really listen to much what you've got to say, to be honest. And that's the way I see it. So we're going to start with the stats. Because we've always talked about stats. Chelsea 1-0. Overall thoughts on the game. Was it a great performance? Hell fucking no. Was we slow and lethargic again? Yes. Did we make it hard? Yes. Could you argue that, like Tuchel said, there was a bit of tiredness in the game, but from coming back from one country to another? Maybe. How long did they have to recoup after that game? I swear they had a week, or just over a week, or just under a week to come back, chill, do whatever they're going to do. So, can we keep using this as an excuse? No, our form is just not good enough at the moment. And we need to pinpoint why. Why are our performances not as good at the moment? Crystal Palace 42% to Chelsea 57%, again dominating the game. We only had 9 shots on target overall against their 7. Palace didn't merit to have 1 shot on target. Chelsea had 3. They had 5 off. We had 3 on. Our passing completion rate was 82 to their 79. They won more tackles than us. The aerial duels was 50-50. And fouls committed 20 to the 4. Fouls won. They won more than us to our 4 as well. But the overall game for me was just... I said it on social media. I said, fuck the performance right now because I'm done with Chelsea and performances. We can't seem to find any rhythm. There's no form in the way that we're playing at the moment. It's just score and hope that we can defend. And lots of the times we defend. And that's why I don't have an issue with any of our defenders. Any of them. This is not on our defenders. It's not on our goalie. It's partially on our wing backs if we play them. But we're not doing that at the moment. So we're playing a 4-2-2-2. So for me, it's all on the forwards. And it's partly on the midfield as well. Partly on the midfield as well. Drogba at 35 was better than the current Lukaku. Fuck's sake. Listen, I want to talk about I want to talk about Lukaku first. Actually, I don't want to because I don't want it to be one of those things where we're talking about the game and then I come out with Lukaku once we're doing the ratings and everyone jumps on it. I'm just going to talk a bit about Lukaku now and stuff that I've been seeing online in regards to his performances up to now and why it's not working for Chelsea at the moment. Romelu Lukaku has only touched the ball twice in the first half against Crystal Palace. One of the worst. One of those was when he kicked off basically as well. So why is Romelu Lukaku so ineffective in games? Why? Now, I've been watching social media and I haven't been commenting back, but I've been watching people's comments. I want to see how people are feeling about the whole scenario. And when this came out at half time, it was trending. Everyone was sharing it, this, that, and the other. And then you had comments from the Lukaku stands. And I know we have a couple in here right now. There's loads on social media. And it's, we don't feed him the ball. We don't give him the ball enough. We don't pass it. Havertz holds the ball too much. Pulisic does this. Jorginho don't do that. Kante could have released this, that, and the other. I'm sorry. But if you're a striker that has only had one of your touches at kickoff and then you only have 1 touch in the first half, you are generally doing something wrong yourself. This isn't just going one way right now. This isn't one way when it comes to Romelu Lukaku. Why I agree that the system and the way that we play is very slow and we don't play the ball quick enough to our forward line when they make runs behind the defence. Yes, fair enough. But he still doesn't do enough when he's not on the ball. Instead, what he does is he walks around and he becomes a passenger. He becomes a passenger. And I'm sorry, the one thing that, if there's one thing you want to learn about Jem, I hate passengers, right? I would rather have, and I'll be honest with you guys, in the chat, I'd rather have a Timo Werner on the pitch that'll run for 90 minutes and be involved in the game and maybe potentially create the space that leads to the goal but doesn't score and misses 3 chances that game, then have a lump up front that's not doing nothing, who doesn't even move. Passenger. And then I get told, oh, but you got to play to his strengths, we don't. How can you play to someone's strengths when you don't know what they are? What is his strengths? What is Lukaku's strengths? I'm sorry. I hate calling out my players. I do. Yeah. But I hate seeing Lukaku stands sticking up and deflecting when we can clearly see that in his own game, as a person, what he's doing on the pitch is not good enough. We are not benefiting from him. We've tried 3 different systems with this guy up front. 3 different systems. And he still can't move his arse. He still can't move it. Look where his touches are on this pitch. One was on the blimmin' halfway line. Look. One was on the halfway line. The other one was off the left, so deep. It's not even... Do you know what's mad, right? Yesterday, he got pocketed by Anderson. He got pocketed by a defender that plays at Crystal Palace and gets rinsed by every top 6 team most seasons. He got pocketed. Yeah? Absolutely pocketed by this guy. And people say that, well, that's because they never passed him the ball. He lost so many aerial duels yesterday. He couldn't even jump on the air. I've never seen someone jump so lazy like him. Even when the ball's just, like, it's there. And this ain't the first game that I've seen of him when he does this. It's there. He can't win the header. Instead, he just backs into him and loses the war for the ball. I ain't looked at his aerial duel stats, but I promise you now, he lost more aerial duels than he did anything else. And if you're telling me that's not the players passing to him, that's the players trying to feed off him. That's the players trying to play into him and feed off him. But they can't, because he can't physically. They're even lost. They're not even understanding how to get the best out of him. Everyone says it's counter football. We've got to play counter football. We've got to play to his strengths. I saw the shit on Match of the Day that Alan Shearer and Ian Wright was sitting talking out. And you have to call it out. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't mind you defending Lukaku to a degree when he deserves to be defended. But right now, he's not good enough. We are suffering with him in the team. This team is suffering with him up front because he's a passenger. He's a passenger, and I'm getting fed up of it as a Chelsea fan. I am fed up of watching this guy up front just offering nothing. He's 100 million. He's 100 million. And it's not, look, this makes it sound like I hate the guy. It's not that I hate him. What I hate is his whole persona. I hate passengers. That is the biggest thing Jem hates. On Gna TV, if you're a passenger and you don't do anything, then I don't like it. I've done the same thing. I had the same energy for Hakim Ziyech before this great run that he was on. I used to call him the ghost. Go back on my streams if you want to see, if you don't believe me, yeah, and you think that I'm just picking on him. Go back and look at some of the streams, yeah, which I done match reactions, and I spoke about Hakim Ziyech being a passenger and not being involved in the game and offering nothing. I hate passengers. If that's one thing Jem doesn't like, it's that. Then I see this. Romelu Lukaku breaks the record for the fewest touches in a single Premier League game, 7, for a player who has played the full 90 minutes since the data became available in 2003-2004. He had 7, so that you're telling me he had 2 touches in the first half, one of them being kickoff. And in the second half, he only managed to put 5 touches the whole game. And he wasn't even subbed. He played the full 90 minutes. Come on, please. How are you defending this? Ian Wright, Alan Shearer, you're in the mud. You're in the mud. You're sitting here saying play to his strengths. You can't play to someone's strengths who can't even do the basics. And he can't even do the basics right now. And we suffer. Pulisic suffers. Havertz suffers. Ziyech suffers. The system suffers. Because we're not getting anything out of him. What does he do when he's on the pitch? What does he offer? What does he offer? I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm ranting, but I am stressed. I'm fed up. And Tuchel keeps playing him because he has no choice. He has a choice, but at the moment he's trying to play him in form. And all he does is he keeps shitting on us. How long can we keep starting him in games? You play him in the final against Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk is going to pocket him with his eyes closed. This guy's getting pocketed by Anderson. I'm sorry, it's not good enough, guys. Our standards are better. Where are our standards as Chelsea fans? This is not us. This is not Chelsea Football Club. I'm sorry. Touches 7, pass completed 4, 0 shots, not one big chance created. He lost all his aerial duels. Look, he lost them all. I didn't even know that until I looked at that now. He lost them all. And you can't even tell me that we didn't try and feed him, because in the first half, he had chances from corners that came to him, from crosses that came to him, from even balls that were being played into him. We were wanting to hold the ball up and allow Pulisic, Ziyech and Havertz to play off him. He lost them all. Got bullied. He got bullied. I'm sorry. As much as I do agree that we are slow in transition, I have said this, whether Lukaku's in the team or not, we are slow with the ball. We are sideways. We are backwards. That's what we do. I get that. But this guy doesn't try and make things happen for himself. He doesn't try and have that Diego Costa attitude or Didier Drogba attitude. He doesn't have that. If you don't get him and give him the ball where he's standing, he ain't going to do anything. Instead, all he does is he points. Put it there. I want it there. That's what I see him doing games. But he doesn't run. He doesn't have the energy. He can't even beat anyone in a race right now. I'm sorry, guys. This is just not good enough. I'm sorry. And I know people in the chat are probably going to, some of you are going to get upset about it. And most of you are going to agree with me. But we played with 10 men. We played with 10 men with Lukaku in the fucking team. We are suffering in this system. We wasn't playing like this last season. All right, we created loads of chances. And I know Reece James and Chilwell slightly amiss. But we wasn't playing like this. We wasn't struggling to try and find form. We are struggling. We can't even put 2 fucking passes together up front. It's killing me. And I'm getting bored with it. And I'm fed up. And the reason I brought all this up, I wasn't going to do this. I generally wasn't going to talk about Lukaku today. I was going to talk about him, but I wasn't going to bring it up in the nanas and go through this like this. But when I wake up in the morning and I see Match of the Day bullshit, and then I see CFC Daily sharing it and stuff, I thought, nah, I can't. And then I see all these fucking Lukaku stands on Twitter defending the performance and blaming Havertz for Lukaku's performance. Blaming Havertz, for Lukaku's performance. What about him? What about his performance? Why did we get rid of him for that? At least, even though he weren't good enough, and I agree, he wasn't good enough for Chelsea. Way not good enough. Yeah, he was still done more yesterday than fucking Lukaku. It cost us 100 million. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Only 46 likes here. Please, let's get that up as soon as you can. You know, it's ridiculous. It's going to be spicy. I can see Showtime already in my tweets as well. And I ain't finished yet, actually. I ain't finished because there's more stuff that we need to go through. Yeah. What is this? I'm sorry. What is this? I don't care if you think Havertz wasn't good yesterday. I actually thought he wasn't that great yesterday. And to be honest, part of the reason why he wasn't great today, if you used this nugget in your heads, it's quite obvious, right? We asked him to play off the left. We asked him to hold the wing on the left, What do I keep saying about players in our team that actually have movement? Werner, Havertz. Don't isolate their movement. Don't make them have to hold positions. Allow them to be free. Allow them to be closer to the striker. He couldn't be closer to the striker. And do you know why he couldn't do that? And why he wasn't that great, as many people keep saying? It's because we had left backs and right backs in Christensen and Sarr who can't overlap. There was no support for them going forward. We usually have overlaps in this 4. Christensen can't do it because it's not his game. Malang Sarr tries, but it's just not his game. We don't have players that can overlap. At least with Aspie when he's in the team, he understands the role better. So if Sarr on the left is not going forward, which he wouldn't do, then Aspie would link up with Ziyech down the wing, and that's how it would work. We would have the overlap. We didn't have the overlap yesterday. And do you know what the mad thing is? He done a lot more than him. Anyway, as not great as Kai Havertz was, he was still better than that lamppost. Look at his heat map compared to That heat map. Look. People that are defending him. Look. You want to moan about Havertz, yeah? Look at his heat map, yeah? Where he's been asked to be, shall we say, on the left. Look at Lukaku's. Do you know what that little dot there looks like in the penalty box? That looks like when I spray deodorant under my armpits, that little faint patch that I get where I don't shake the bottle properly. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. When I spray my armpits, I don't shake the bottle properly. And you get that little white patch come up. That is what that looks like. In the box. He's a striker. What a sofa score smoking. 6.4. 7 touches the whole game. 0 aerial duels. 2 touches in the first half. And you guys are going to sit here and tell me 6.4. Didn't link the play or nothing. He was easily a 3, Lukaku. I even think Havertz's stats still quite high. He could have been a 5 or a 6. I think he was better in the second half because he was dragging himself into the middle and putting himself in positions that Lukaku was in. Tried to run behind through the middle rather than hold the left because he thought, fuck it. And even when he did get the ball, he still drove through the middle and tried to make things happen. He tries. But what are you going to do when you're fucking got a passenger up front? It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He's not even a Danish Cafu, bro. He's fucking... do you know what, Lewis? I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be seriously honest with you. I don't even blame Christensen yesterday, even though I thought he had a bad game. I'm not calling him out because he's not the problem right now. He's definitely not the problem. Not from what I've seen. He doesn't deserve to be called out. Doesn't deserve to be called out, especially on yesterday's performance. He got asked to play in a right-back position that isn't his own. I don't even know why he was there. You had Chalobah on the bench. Why would you make him play out there? Even though I know it didn't come to any problems, but Zaha did give him problems in that game. Showtime is just... Showtime is the biggest defender of all, I tell you. It's funny as hell. That's the other thing. Yeah, and then all right, and then you think it's just the people that are moaning about Lukaku that don't know what they're talking about. Even Thomas Tuchel's saying it now. No, it's not about the system. Thomas Tuchel quietly, openly blaming Lukaku for his bad performance. Big change in tone. Tuchel is no longer protecting him like he had been. And I don't blame the manager, but I do blame him for playing him. But I don't blame him for them performances. I'm sorry. I don't. Where I think that part of it is the way that we play and how slow we are at moving the ball up the pitch. I agree. I stress it all the fucking time. You can't blame him for a player who's 100 million for taking 2 touches in his first half and 7 and losing all his aerial duels. But he still left him on the pitch for 90 minutes. So I blame him for that. Because what he should have done after that diabolical performance is took him off and put Havertz in his position and brought someone else on. Put Cho on if he was available. Werner was on the bench, put him on. Because I promise you something now. And I don't care if you don't like Timo Werner. He would have done a lot more than what Lukaku did yesterday. He would have given something. He would have had a moment. At least he would have had a moment. This guy doesn't even have a moment. I can't. He's not getting any better. He's just generally not getting any better, and it's painful because I hate doing this, but I hate passengers. And yesterday's performance was a passenger performance, and that's why I'm so angry with him, because it was a passenger's performance. And then I see these comments here. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to do a stream on Gna Tv today. We're going to talk about, Lukaku a bit. And then I see this. And then I go and watch back what Alan Shearer and Ian Wright are talking about. And then I'm just like, are they serious? Are they serious? These pundits, are they right? Very good analysis of Lukaku and match of the day. Plenty of opportunities to play Lukaku, but Sarr, Havertz and Kante aren't helping enough to present him those opportunities. Match of the day, all right, to highlight Havertz very slow in decision making. So it's got to the point now, yeah? It's got to the point where we're now sitting here blaming everyone else about Lukaku's performances. It's getting to the point now where we've got a point. Instead of just saying his attitude and movement and everything about him is just not good enough, yeah? We're sitting here blaming players for not passing the ball quick enough to him. Are you serious? Are we actually going down that route as a fan base? You know, and I want to go through them because we have to. And I need to call them out. Alan Shearer highlighting Havertz in the first half, where Havertz could play the ball in, but Lukaku should be making the movement. He just said it there. He just shot himself in the foot. Look. There. There. Alan Shearer highlighted Havertz in the first half, where Havertz could play Lukaku in, but Lukaku should be making the movement. What the fuck are you going to pass it if someone's not making the movement? If someone's not moving themselves into that space, why are you going to pass it? I'm sorry. What shit excuse that was. That was a dead excuse. Yeah, he uses this one. Yeah, I'm going to bring him up. He uses this one. Where Havertz gets the ball, right? Who is in a better position there to receive the ball? Go on, tell me. Who's closer? Christian Pulisic, I'm assuming that is, yeah? Right here. He's the one making the run in behind there, yeah? So if anything, him doing that allows Havertz to either keep the ball and run towards with it or play Pulisic in. That's basic football knowledge. Why the fuck is he going to play the ball all the way over to this guy over here who's nowhere near him? Who should be... I wish I could move him. Watch my mouse. You see my cursor, yeah? Just watch my cursor. He should be there. If he's there in between, he then makes that run into that pocket here. That for Havertz in this position can play the ball. But this guy is sitting over here. Number one. Number two. Here we go. Again, who are you passing the ball to? The man that's in front of his defender, who's pocketed him for 30 minutes, or the man that's next to you, who's got no one on him, who's going to make a run into that space, which made a drag Anderson out of position and create space for Lukaku. You're going to play Christian Pulisic. Right? What does he do? He takes the ball. Yeah, Christian Pulisic, who maybe could have made that run more direct and played him in. He then plays it to the left rather than to Lukaku. But my point is, why is he going to play it to Lukaku? There's no one around him. What is he going to do with the ball? He can't hold the ball up anyway. That was number one. That was excuse number one, yeah? It was a poor, shit excuse from Alan Shearer. All right? Absolute poor. Piss poo. Chance two, yeah? I have to go through it. This is what match of the day have made me have to do. Yeah, because this fuels Lukaku stands. This fuels us, fuels other people to stick up for him when he's not been good enough. Yeah, it's not good enough, all right? So he uses chances too. Kante plays the safe pass, right? Look at this, right? N'Golo Kante, right, has the ball, right? The only person in front of him is Romelu Lukaku. So they're asking him to play the ball from here into Lukaku. He looks fucking offside. Look at his left leg. If I'm in N'Golo Kante, why am I going to pass it there? How do we even know if he's onside? Now, don't get me wrong. If he is onside, yes, I agree. Because we do hold the ball a bit too long. Yeah? But he's in no real position to even look like he's going to make a run. His body's going towards the ball. He's not showing for it. He's not pointing. This side. You know, this is it. But that image doesn't do any justice. That image doesn't do any justice because, look, he's offside. Anyway, why the fuck is Kante going to pass the ball to Lukaku, who's offside? Instead, he goes to the left, where Malang Sarr is. And then Malang Sarr looks up and goes, right, what am I going to do? You know, I'll try and cross it. But what's the point of crossing it when the player in the box has limited movement? He doesn't try and lose his marksman, his defender. He doesn't lose his defender, he just allows it. He just stands there. If the ball don't land to him, he doesn't move. And that's Romelu Lukaku for you, right? Shit excuse number 2. Then he goes to chance 3. Yeah, Alan Shearer says Havertz should be playing the ball first time. Instead, Havertz slows the ball down the chance and looks for Pulisic. All right, let's have a look. So he's in a position where he could whip that ball across. But in any hindsight, is Romelu Lukaku even getting to that ball? Maybe why Havertz didn't whip that ball across is because when he looked up, the striker that should already be in and around in line with these 2 players is all the way back here. He's well ahead of the ball. Him crossing in a hard ball in like that is only going to be 2 things that happens. The goalie comes out and catches it. Or it's just going to go bang across because Lukaku's not making that. I'm telling you, he's nowhere near in a position for Havertz to pass the ball there. By the time Havertz cuts back with the ball, he then puts his arm up and then finds himself in the position that he should have been. And why wouldn't Havertz pass it to Pulisic? Why? Why wouldn't he think of doing that? Yes, I agree. Maybe he could dip a ball over the top. But this is the fine margins that we're at Chelsea as a football club are going through at the moment. These are the fine margins that pundits and the defenders, the Lukaku defenders are going to now. Because now it's intricate moments in games where certain individual players are not making that pass to him, is what we're being told now. Why have we gone into like investigators now? Where was this energy when Timo Werner was playing last year? Yet the people that stick up for Romelu Lukaku slated Timo Werner for his performances. But now it's every excuse in the book. Where's the same energy? Where's the same energy from this group of people? You know, for me, that's pick and choose. The first image, I don't care. He's not getting that ball. His position of where he is, he's still well away. He's not making that. I don't care what anyone tells me, yeah? The second one, he could have dipped the ball over the top and maybe found his head with his weak foot, which maybe he wasn't confident in doing. So he does play the ball back to Pulisic, who again isn't in a bad position. I'm nearly done. And then I'm opening up the lines and then we're going to do player ratings. Keep smashing the like button. Let's get this up to 100 likes, guys. Let's get this up to 100 likes. And then we move from that. We move from this, right? And then we move on to chance 5. Havertz again on decision making. Shearer says he should be playing the ball into Lukaku, but instead Havertz continues to dribble into the crowd and passes backwards / sideways, and the route to Lukaku is covered. All right, let's have a look. So he gets the ball. Now, in this one, I agree that the ball should be played there. You know, that's the one thing I would say. But probably no, but he's looking down. He's not looking up. He needs to play that ball. When you look at where Kante and where Lukaku is in that position, you can already see the defender behind him trying to throw himself away from him just to get him offside because he thinks that ball's coming. So in that picture, in that moment, could we have maybe passed the ball in to him there? Yes, 100%. But what ended up happening is Havertz checks back to the right, and the player that was marking him, Mark Gray, like I said to you, stepped forward to get Lukaku offside. But what he could have done is played him earlier. Now, he couldn't have played him in this position, even though maybe he could have, because this guy at the back's playing him on, but he's not to have known that at that point. Where we should have found Lukaku is there. But then again, it doesn't mean, if you know, that one moment that we don't find in there doesn't answer for his performances on the pitch currently. Yeah, so where we do have these moments, we have these moments with all players. Christian Pulisic makes that run, we don't find him. Hakim Ziyech or Havertz, when he's playing up front, asks for the ball, makes it run, we don't generally find him. But the one thing that they do, which this guy up front doesn't, yeah, is they're still involved in the game. they still try and get involved, whether it means coming deep and linking up and building the play up from there and abusing your strength and your ability, to shrug people off because you're a big guy, make things happen for yourself. Yeah. That's what a striker should be doing, or a player or a forward that's playing that position, not one that always has to have the ball to him all the time. You look at that, and I get that. All right. And then we move on. I think that's it, isn't it? And that's it. So out of that whole game, that for me is a load of nonsense. Yeah. That one for me, he's offside anyway, so that makes no sense. This one, he was never getting the ball. Never getting the ball across there. So I don't know what analogy was being used there, right? That one, oh, I ain't looked at this one yet. Shearer says Lukaku should be doing better in this occasion as Ziyech picks out a pass and gets cheaply beaten by the defender. Let's have a look. So the ball's been played into him for once. He gets the ball. I remember this, I think, yeah? He not only in a position where he can hold the ball up with his first touch being important, or should have been important, his next touch in this image leads him to doing that. And that is my issue the whole game. Yeah? He doesn't hold the ball up well enough. When we do try and find him, the players look at the positions of the players after he receives the ball. They're there. They're waiting. Come on, striker. Bully him. Don't get bullied. Bully him. Bully him. But no, like the whole game, he got bullied by Anderson. Anderson had him in his back pocket. And that one, this is the only one where I agree we could have played it quicker to him. That pass there, yes. But these are intricate moments. This for me doesn't dictate. That's what people are saying. This for me doesn't dictate the whole overall analogy of Romelu Lukaku, because there's moments where we could play that ball quicker for him, or we could find him. I hear that 100%. We could do, but it's not all. We can't be sitting here blaming individual players for not playing him in. Callum here says Jimmy says people should show him more respect and put him in the elites of Kane, but he's not putting the effort in. And that's the biggest thing. The biggest problem I have with Romelu Lukaku is what he brings to the team. What he brings to the team, even when he's not involved. Make things happen. Big up to Charles Strong as well. I just want to go through this chat, make sure I haven't missed anything. I am going to open up the lines, guys. Over 270 of you here. Make sure we smash that like button. I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I ain't doing the player rating show on my own today because I had to go through all that, which was unfortunate because I didn't want to do that. But when I wake up in the morning and I see excuse after excuse, I have to talk about it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for defending. It's just generally not good enough. Last time we played good, Jem, when we played against Liverpool, when Lukaku was missing, makes sense, is what Dills is saying as well. Lukaku was dog shit, but aren't you describing safe passes that Havertz could have played? Where is vision, taking chance and quality behind it? It's a collective issue. No. Why I agree that the chemistry and the collectiveness wasn't there. We still have to take into consideration that the way we set up yesterday, and this is why I was this close. Yeah, and it's lucky we got the win. And I am going to still say it, this close to actually calling Tuchel out a little bit, because not only were he subs late again, but the way the players that he decided to play in certain positions just wasn't right. Christensen playing as a right back made no sense. Kai Havertz being told to hang out on the left didn't make sense. But then when I think about why they were told to hold the position, it does, because we were having no one to overlap anyway. There was no one that could overlap the Havertzes and the Ziyechs, because Christensen and Sarr are not natural in doing so. They're not natural in doing that. So yes, I do hear what you're just saying, but we are going to do the player ratings now. I've done my analogy. I've gone through everything that you'd want me to in regards to Lukaku. We've broken down Ian Wright and Alan Shearer's breakdown of Chelsea supposedly playing to Lukaku's strengths, is what they said, which is absolute nonsense. And out of all of them chances that were brought up in regards to him being played to his strengths, none of them made sense. And I keep stressing it. I keep stressing it to you guys all the time. It don't work. You can't keep making up these excuses. We are going to do the player rating shows, guys. Anyway, make sure that you do get involved on that, and we go through it as always. The link is in there as well. If I'm not home now, so can't call him, but do a Twitter space later. Yeah, I'm sure Johnny will probably be doing one later. It's been a bit of time. Johnny, how you doing?
Yeah, what's happening? How you doing, Jim? All right.
I don't know. Did you watch my analogy of shit?
Yeah, I saw pieces of it. I saw a piece of it. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, let's have it right. This fucking guy, man. This guy ain't got no minerals to play for Chelsea Football Club. I've said it. I've stuck to my guns the whole season when I started, ever since we signed the guy. Before we signed this guy, I knew what we were buying into. You're buying an old school traditional striker who's not versatile. He's a one-trick pony. He can only play counter-attacking football. He cannot hack the pace of the Premier League. The pace of the Premier League in Serie A, he had more time on the ball, so his touch doesn't get exposed. In the Premier League, his touch is exposed every fucking minute of every game. And actually, fortunate for us, he had 7 touches in the game yesterday, because if he had any more, it would have been a lot fucking worse, yeah? So let's have it right. This guy, the performance he put in yesterday, if that was Mason Money Minerals Mount or Kai Havertz, you lot would be going for his fucking neck, right?
They did. Have you not seen what I was about to say to you? I mean, part of it, I didn't want to do that analogy of Lukaku. I was going to talk about him, but I wasn't going to go into that depth. But when I see pundits now saying that Chelsea not playing to his strengths, and then I see on social media people pointing fingers at Kai Havertz and Pulisic for not playing to his strengths.
I'm going to land this now, yeah. I'm going to land it on that, and I put a tweet. I put a tweet out. I put a tweet out on that, Jem, yeah, on the match of the day analysis, yeah, and people backtracking from that CFC Daily, yeah, absolute fraud, mate, yeah, come out and said about his heat map, yeah. Well, this guy Lukaku's heat map has been dry as fucking anything ever since he joined our club. The guy don't move. He's only in one fucking position, yeah, because he's in cement the whole time. But the bottom line is, on that analysis, they're saying you got to play to Lukaku's strengths. Well, the only way, and I've been saying this consistently, and anyone who's listened to me will understand this, yeah, he can only play counter-attacking football. That is, them saying that, you are expecting Tuchel, who's won 3 fucking cups in the space of 8 months, to change his philosophy to suit a signing that is made by the board and Marina and not by Tuchel. A signing that he never recommended. A signing he was happy to go without a striker the whole season. Yeah, he was happy with the squad. So you're going to tell me that he's got to change his whole system to suit this guy? Get out of here. It's not happening. And the gaffer's right. And if you saw his post-match interview, yeah, he said it's not the system. He's tried every system with this guy, every formation under the sun, every player combination under the sun. He has landed it consistently, trying everything he can. But like I say to everyone, you cannot make a golden statue out of rhinoceros shit, because that is what the geezer is, bruv.
Yeah,
he is so poor. Right, he doesn't want to play for Chelsea. He made that clear in the interview. Everyone's very quick to forget about the interview, how he ratted us, how he disrupted the whole team spirit.
Johnny, no one's forgot about that. No one's forgot about that, mate.
Well,
sorry.
They act like they do, yeah. They act like they do backing this guy, because this guy, right, does not deserve to be backed. He doesn't warrant to be backed with his performances that he's putting in. Forget what he does outside of the pitch, yeah? Outside of football. I'm talking about on the pitch. What he does on the pitch does not warrant him. And this guy is fucking undroppable. He's played 13 games back to back, and he scored what? 3 goals. 2 of those goals against one of those goals against Halil, right? Awful side, fucking joke side, and Chesterfield, yeah? And the other one's in the Super Cup final. Other than that, in the Super Cup final, where was he? The gaffer took him off 70th minute to try and win the fucking game. Jose Mourinho ain't doing that with Drogba. Ancelotti ain't doing that with Drogba. or Costa with Conte.
That's true. You know?
So why is Tuchel taking this £100 million striker in front of Roman Abramovich? I'll tell you why. Because he's landing the minerals, son. He's telling the board this guy ain't got the minerals to play for Chelsea Football Club, and that is the bottom line.
I agree.
There's no other way around it. You cannot come at Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz yesterday put in a shift. Kai Havertz, Pulisic, you can come at him all you want. Ziyech has been bringing the minerals. I'll give him his props. Credit to Ziyech. The only thing I said with Ziyech, is he lacks consistency. He's bringing consistency. So fair play to him. The talent was always there. We know that. Yeah, we know that. But the bottom line is, my point I'm trying to make is those three players throughout the game busted their fucking guts all over the pitch. They're all over the place, trying to press, trying to close down, trying to win the ball back. Kai Havertz made so many fouls because he's trying to win the ball back. So accommodate the lost work rate from having this number 9 in our front line. The guy affects everything. Fluidity, movement, chemistry, fucking clinicalness, understanding, working for the team. Well, he does it. All he does is put his hands up like he's in a fucking circus, bruv. And he don't even move, bruv. At least in a circus, they're pirouetting and climbing and jumping and doing all sorts of somersaults, bruv. This guy can't even do that. He's got cement in his clown boots, mate. Pumped in, bruv. And I'm sick of it. I'm done with this guy. This guy has to be dropped. If he plays against Lille, and especially against Liverpool, we're going to have Liverpool fans, all these dippers coming out saying that Van Dijk is clear of silver because he's going to pocket Lukaku. I'm telling you that now. This guy's an embarrassment. Tuchel's got to say, fuck you, the board, bruv. He's got to fuck the board, bruv. He has to land the minerals and drop this guy. It's enough now. I'm drained. My blood pressure is fucking boiling, bruv. Absolutely boiling. I'm tired of it, bruv. I cannot understand how this guy can play 13 games consecutively. If that's the benchmark for being undroppable, we are fucked as a club. We are 100% fucked.
Why I agree that, and I see some people saying that we lack creativity. I agree. I'm one of the people that have always said that we move the ball too slow in transition. I agree. We don't move the ball quick enough, and we don't play the ball in quick enough to our forward line. But that's not only just Lukaku. Yeah, that's all of them. That's Havertz. That was Werner. That was Pulisic. Whoever was playing in the forward line. That was an issue that we've had for a while. What annoys me the most, and I keep stressing it, and this is why I had to talk about it today, is his stats merit him being a passenger. I hate passengers. I can't stand them. That's the one thing I hate when they moan.
They moan about our creativity, bruv. They moan about it, but let's have it right. Last season, did we struggle creating? No, we fucking did not. We just couldn't put chances away, bruv. That's all it was. Yeah, but when you got Timo Werner in there, however much you can, and these Lukaku stands, absolute clowns they are, coming at Timo Werner. When their fucking player is pulling stinker after stinker, yeah. Timo Werner, at least he fucking runs like a fucking roadrunner, bruv. He makes pocket of space. He tries. He presses, bruv. This guy pressing yesterday, right? It was like he's running underwater, bruv. Right? And even when he gets close, yeah, when he's close, the Crystal Palace defenders have got time to think about what pass they want to make, bruv. Yeah, and the guy's trying to press. It's like a fucking ogre, bruv. In a China shop, mate. Guys, literally a joke. Johnny, I don't want to hear about creativity.
This stream doesn't get any better.
I don't want to get stuck on just talking Lukaku all day.
You have to though, Jim.
I know, but wait a second. We have to do the player. We'll get to
positive. 5 minutes of rant.
Kai, sorry, I'm calling you Kai, Jim. Because I've got Havertz on my mind, yeah, because it's generational. My point is, bruv, that when we played, I'll tell you the 2 occasions, yeah, that Lukaku didn't play, right? In the Super Cup final, when he came off, what happened? We had possession. We tired them out with our possession, and that's how we won the penalty.
No, he's cut out. Johnny's cut out. Guys, I know you're all here. 1 second. It weren't. It makes a lot of sense, Showtime, to be fair. But at the same time,
that made no sense. You're talking about Timo. You can't bring up Timo Werner in this situation.
Showtime, you're the biggest Lukaku fan going. So at the end of the day,
no. But Showtime. Can I quickly say something? Right?
Wait, hold on. Let me just say what I.
Showtime go.
Showtime go. Say what you gotta say about Lukaku, man.
It's not about Lukaku. I just want to address the point that he made in bringing Timo Werner into the conversation. We're not talking about
that,
Timo
but I want to
Werner.
do the player. Listen, after you've
He
done
hasn't
that, I wanna
played.
do
Timo Werner's been sitting on the bench, warming the seats up.
No, but he's comparing Werner from last season. That's what he's
No, you cannot compare Werner from last season because this season you can't bring Werner into this conversation.
Why not?
Werner is not on the pitch and he does not contribute to the way you guys.
Showtime, but Rams one second, right?
Wait. Listen,
Lukaku's on the pitch, and what's the difference?
Listen, you guys scream pressures and all this. Look at the stats this season. Timo Werner's pressures is not equaling the facts.
You can compare the problem from last season to Lukaku's this season. The whole point of
quickly,
how do you compare last season to this season? It's a new season.
No. Showtime. The reason why he brought
better than what he did this season, right?
1 second, because I want to get to the point. Because I want to do the player rating show, and I don't want to get stuck in this. But Showtime, you want to defend Lukaku for his performance yesterday? Do it, but don't talk about Timo Werner. Then go on.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not. Look, honestly, his performance wasn't great. But that also, you can't always put the finger on him. 7 touches in the whole match for your $100 million striker. How do you fathom that? How do you stand and say like that is okay for a $100 million striker? That shows that the service is not being rendered to your $100 million striker.
So now you're saying that the 7 touches the team's fault?
No, not necessarily. Showtime. Not necessarily.
No, you got to blame. You got to blame the people around him as well.
Showtime. Hang on. You cannot say that Lukaku, who has the worst in terms of touches in a whole game, is the worst in how many years?
No, let neutral do it.
About 20 years. That's saying that like the likes of Balotelli, Liverpool.
Listen, right, guys. We'll talk about Lukaku after.
Let me finish my point.
Let Rams finish and talk about it after.
Go on, Ram.
Balotelli for Liverpool, who we can all agree is the most laziest player that we've seen at Liverpool. He had more touches in a single game compared to Lukaku. So you can't tell me that it's the players around him. The guy needs to show for the ball. The guy needs to make space for himself. The guy needs to do more as a striker. He wants to compare himself to Lewandowski, Haaland, Benzema. Do what they do. Get into space. Ask for the ball. Lay it off. Do whatever you need to do to get a goal. Not stand around and do nothing.
We signed Lukaku for work rate. We signed him for
we're just
and the attackers aren't giving him the opportunity to score goals. You guys
get the service or get into the game. That's what it is.
I'm glad I got cut out because I know I'm going to hear bangers and mash waffle now, ain't I?
I do not want to hear minerals.
Your player ain't got no minerals, bruv. Your player got no minerals, mate.
Guys, listen. Can we all do the player ratings? Then when it comes to Lukaku, then we start talking again about it.
Let's go through the players.
John, before you go to player rating, I just want to say that the last goal was because of Lukaku. He kind of pulled through the
That's the standing fact.
The last goal was all about Lukaku.
Because of Lukaku, that goal was created.
Here we go. Stinkers after stinker.
I don't know what you guys are watching.
Hey, because Lukaku was marking 2 defenders.
Yeah, he was working against us. He was working against us, mate. He was offside when we scored.
Johnny, one second. You guys are stinking the place out with these excuses. You've done it when Alonso scored and said it was all about Lukaku because he was in the box. What is your striker meant to do? He's going to be in the box.
Be on the pitch.
He doesn't get the ball.
Be on the pitch.
Go watch the replay.
Then it's a defensive issue.
Let's speed run these ratings so we can get to these.
Let's do the ratings. Come on.
That's embarrassing.
Let's speed run ratings.
Get it up, mate.
And then we can just.
All right, anyway, let's get into the ratings. All right.
They're reaching like I've Stretch Armstrong, mate. That's who they're reaching like.
Let's be honest, some of this shit I'm hearing. But anyway, listen. The
I don't
defenders,
lack nothing, mate.
Guys, come on, please. The defenders, I'm not going to bother with because I don't want to talk about the defenders.
They all get 7s, man.
Yeah. We'll go to the.
No, Danish Maldini was shit. He was 2 for me. Danish Maldini.
Can we not put Maldini's name with Danish as well?
He's the Danish Maldini, bruv. He's a Danish.
Anyway, let's go to the midfield.
Shut up,
guys. I'm going to go to VJ first because he's not spoke yet. Jorginho, VJ, what do you think of his performance?
I did speak, but I was not able to speak about them. Anyways, Jorginho for me is a 5.5.
Why?
Is it?
Why only 5.5?
Explain it. That's what I want to do.
Firstly, tell me one thing. What is the average that we're giving for players here?
up to 10. So 5 being the average, and 10 being great, and 0 being poo.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? All right. 5.5 for me. I'm not going to change this. Like it's all right. Like 5.5. The reason why I say that is because we did not see the Jorginho that we usually see. Probably because the the midfield for Crystal Palace were rather very physical for Jorginho to deal with. I'm not going to entirely say it's with Jorginho's fault and all that, but I think he could have done a better job in the first half.
Nah. Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why it's not Jorginho's fault yesterday? Because you got Kai Havertz, Pulisic, and Ziyech running around like fucking headless chickens, trying to press and cover ground. So when Jorginho's got the ball, he ain't got no fucking outlet because Lukaku's stuck with 2 defenders all the time. Yeah,
I agree. The outlet that you get with a back 3 system is not the same as that of a back 4 system, which might not suit Jorginho. In essence, to pass it on. So I get that, Johnny. Yeah. So, but again, his on-field performance is what we have to probably rate him for. So that's why I'm going to go for a 5.5. But yeah,
that's fine. Let's go to Declared, Jorginho.
Yes. I'm similar with Vijay. I was going to give him a 6. Sometimes defensively he looked all right, and then sometimes he gave the ball away. So he was a little mediocre for me. And maybe it is the system. He sets the pace, and the whole pace of the game was pretty bad. So you got to give him an average score. I think most players will be getting a 6 or 5.
All right. I'm not going to go around and ask every single person about Jorginho. I'm just going to do 2 on each player, and then I'm going to let you know what I mean? Because if we all go through the same player, we're going to be here all day, basically, talking about it. But overall, I think Jorginho had an average game. I do agree with Johnny. I think that the forwards didn't help in any way in sort of alleviating them from the pressure and stuff in the midfield where they're picking the ball up and they're getting shut down quickly as well. So yeah, it's I don't think Jorginho had the greatest of games, but again, I don't really point fingers too much at him on this performance. But I want to go to N'Golo Kante, and let's go to QNTV. Kazim, what are you saying? If he's there, I don't think he's there. We'll go to you, Johnny.
Yeah. What about Kante?
Yeah.
I mean, Kante, I think, you saw the difference when Cover came on. So for me, Kante can't do what Cover can do. He can't do what Billy Gilmore would be able to do. Kante's a destroyer. Can link play. But for me, sort of an average performance. So I'll give him like a 6.5.
Yep, that's fair enough. What are you saying? Let's go to Hassan. N'Golo Kante.
I mean, to be honest, I think most of our players have had an average performance. I mean, Kante, as in up until the final third, didn't know what to do, but I don't blame him. But I think, like what Johnny said, I think he's between a 6 and a 6.5, really. And I think a lot of players have been bang average for us. There's only a few that probably get a 7.
This guy sucks the life out of every fucking player on the pitch, bruv. Literally. they look terrible. Every player looks terrible.
Johnny, don't. Not yet.
Fucking hell, man.
Not yet. Relax.
Hold it up. It's coming, man.
5 more minutes.
Let's
5 more minutes, mate.
I want to get through some of these players. All right. Let's move from N'Golo Kante. I'm going to go to Showtime on this one first, yeah? I want to talk about Christian Pulisic, because the main thing is the forward line, isn't it, really? Christian Pulisic, Showtime.
Gets a 4. He's...
Go on.
Pardon me?
No, go on. He called him Pully Bitch. Go on.
Yeah. he gets a 4. He ain't really show much. He ain't really do anything. I'm not pleased with him. He's the first person on the list.
We've got in good positions. At least you can get in fucking positions to have a shot.
Johnny, let him finish, man.
More relax, bro. That's why you got no minerals.
I got minerals, mate. I'm minerals.
Johnny, just chill, man. Showtime, go on, Showtime, go on.
You got to interrupt men to speak. That's what you got.
You land them, bro. Land it. Land your fucking paper.
Come on, Pulisic.
Lads, man, stop.
He gets a 4. He's not. He's on the first. He's on the first list. He's on the list of the first people out the door this summer.
Ooh, that's a strong statement.
That's a strong statement. That's a very strong statement. I'm not gonna lie. Klasrev.
And Lukaku's staying, is he?
Klasrev.
Bet your money he will. $100 million
Fucking hell, bro.
Guys, wait.
That's the only thing holding him here, bruv.
Wait,
the
1
price
second.
tag.
Let Kasem
Johnny.
speak, man.
Go on,
Go on.
Pulisic,
Go,
go.
Kasem. Pull a bit.
Pulisic, I really like Pulisic. I think he was played out of position because Tuchel really trusts Pulisic. Like he can grab a lot of information. I really like Pulisic. I'll give him a 6.5.
All right. That's
Unfortunately, his original position,
Listen.
to be honest, boy, because Tuchel trusts him. Tuchel's like, oh, this guy takes information, so I'm going to play him out of position, and he did. And actually, he didn't have that much of a game, but whatever he did, he was not that bad.
Okay, I think that just to finish off on Pulisic, I think he had a very poor second half. He gave the ball away a lot. He wasn't relieving pressure when he received it in the midfield. I actually think there should have been a switch between Havertz and Pulisic in positions. I think it'd been better to see Havertz sort of roaming through the middle and playing off Lukaku and just leave Pulisic out on the left, because I think that's where he should. I think that's for me personally, is more of his natural position.
Yeah, that's his position. Yeah,
to be played in. So I would have played.
That's two players played out of position.
Yeah, this is why I say, I did say this earlier about
front.
Tuchel. Did he pick people in the wrong areas slightly? I think the way
he's got no choice, bruv. It's not the gaffer's fault.
Basic things like that, though, Johnny. Kai Havertz, Pulisic, switch them around. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are little basic things where I would have switched them and not asked Havertz to play out.
Yeah, but then you lose the work rate on the left side because Pully don't give you that as much as Havertz. And then you got Havertz and Ziyech who give you the work rate on the other side.
You didn't care about Werner's work rate.
What do you mean I never cared about Werner's work rate? I've always praised Werner on his work rate. What are you talking about?
Next player, Jem. Next player.
Yeah, let's go next.
Put this guy on the leash.
Let's talk about some positive news, shall we? Because he is stepping up and he's even surprised me personally in how he's performing recently. And one thing I said about Pulisic is the same thing I say about Lukaku in terms of how he was before he found his form. I just thought he was a ghost. He wasn't getting involved in games. And I hate passengers. I keep telling you guys, I do not like players that are passengers. But he has stepped up massively recently, and he's dug us out deep. And I mean, I'll go to let's go to VJ, because I know he's been a big fan of Ziyech from the beginning, actually. So go on.
Hakim Ziyech, yes, one of the best players on the pitch right now. I mean, you could again regard him as a system player if you want to, but then he is pretty effective for Chelsea. That was a funny super chat. Anyways, he is becoming pretty effective for Thomas Tuchel in the back four formation when we play a 4-1-4-1 or 4-2-3-1, however you want to call it. And I think a lot of his work rate is not getting converted into end product because we don't have the strikers to finish them chances off. So I think that if that as well happens, he might start getting 1 or 2 assists every single game, which is not getting translated into what I feel. That's one. Yeah, that's something that I have a bit of concern because end of the year, when we look at Hakim Ziyech's performance, these crosses that he's whipped in will not be remembered because it's not translated into any end product. But Hakim Ziyech for me is 8 yesterday.
Yeah, fair enough. Just quickly read out this comment here from Frostsmith. He says, difference between Klasriv and a knife is that a knife has a point.
Klasriv's like a wooden spoon, bruv. He's a wooden spoon, man. He just
feeds him shit. What does that mean, man? What does that mean?
He feeds him shit, bruv. Out of a wooden spoon, bruv. That's what he does.
Anyway, let's stay on point. Let's stay on point.
Don't use wooden spoons for food, man.
Kazim, are you there, bro? Because I don't know, because I haven't even spoke to him yet. I don't think he's there, Kazim. All right. Anyway, who wants a bit of Hakim Ziyech? Let's go to Ram. You didn't watch the game, so I'm not going to you on any of these. I'm just going to Chelsea fans at the moment.
Hey, man, I watched the replay. I watched the replay.
Yeah, but you didn't watch the game, so you can't overall talk about players, can you? But Kazim's there. Kazim, how you doing, my man?
Thanks for having me. How's everyone? Okay?
We're all right, mate. We are all okay. We're just doing some player ratings. We're on to Hakim Ziyech. What's your thoughts on his performance? Because I know me and you are very not upbeat, but he's stepped up recently, hasn't he, for the team?
Yeah, mate. But listen, my man, all right? That's what I'm worried about. You know that Chelsea fan may get gassed, man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, man. 5. That's my rating. Listen, going forward, mate. Some players serious. Yeah, come on.
Why do you 5? Why do you 5 in this game?
No, that's how I rate him because I know going forward when he gets it's not consistent to me, right? So I'm gonna keep it. I'm looking to the big picture, no one game, right? Some serious player at Chelsea Football Club need to seriously move on, mate, and he's one of them for
Wow.
That's the only way. The only way to win the league is no sentiment involved here. Is some serious player in a high wage, big wage, just need to move on. Lukaku.
Ziyech is on low wage.
And
bro.
you think Ziyech is in high wage?
No. The Ziyech. The reason he's saying that with Ziyech, yeah, is because Tuchel came out and he said that the system he's playing is the system to suit Ziyech. When Ziyech hasn't played in that system, we've seen the Ziyech that we get. The inconsistent Ziyech, the anonymous Houdini Ziyech. So the problem with Ziyech is he's another player that is one-dimensional.
Okay, let's hear that from
He's not an inside forward. He's more of a winger. He's like a pure winger that hangs from the outer. Like that's what he's most dangerous.
You have to play the back four with Ziyech.
Yeah, let's hear that.
I think going forward we need to sign these versatile players to plays in a different position. So when the board decide this actor manager, we have the player can play anywhere. But we changing manager every 2-3 months. Yeah. So if every manager got his own players, right? When the new manager coming in, he doesn't fit that system, and that's the issue with the Chelsea Football Club. So going forward, we need to sign the right players with right
scouts.
character.
Yeah, the scouts need to buy versatile players, bro.
If the board decide to move on the manager, so these players can play anywhere, right? And that's the issue with Chelsea Football Club. Regarding Lukaku, I gotta go back to Lukaku because I've been listening, people. I've been listening to all you about Lukaku, right? Can I speak about Lukaku, Jem, or?
No, not yet. Jem, can I quickly say on Ziyech, right? I'm going to quickly say.
Okay.
Just pray that Ziyech doesn't get injured, man. Because when he's on form, he always gets injured somehow. We just need to keep him.
Yeah, but the moment we revert to a back three, that's when Ziyech.
Well, look, read this comment, Johnny, because what Bex has said there is Tuchel himself has actually said that he didn't start Ziyech in the Club World Cup final because we played a back three.
Correct.
So,
that's it.
So he is a sister. So I think what's actually being said by Kazim is correct. I actually agree. I think we have too many players that are not adaptable to different types of systems, and that is an issue for us moving forward. All right. Anyone else got anything to say on Ziyech, or we're going to move to Havertz?
He's a baller. That's it.
Who?
Ziyech.
Would you start Ziyech against Lille?
Of course.
Why
in
not?
The back four,
Oh yeah, he's a Champions League player.
You start the Champions League every Champions League game.
All I'm saying is, right, he's one of the only rival players I respect, man. I think he's actually a good player.
All right, so I want to go to Showtime on Kai Havertz.
Here we go.
I mean, he doesn't get more than. I mean, what did he do yesterday? He gets a 5. He didn't do anything.
That's true.
He didn't do much.
Why though?
Why he gets a 5? Because
no, why did he not do what do you think was the reason as to why he didn't do
too much thinking, too much. Some people would say he's out of position, but he plays across the whole front three, so he's doesn't have a set.
I was gonna say what it is, Johnny.
Let him finish, guys. Let him finish.
Yeah, like see, that's why I say got no minerals, only interruptions. Stop it, boy.
All I did was laugh, mate. Didn't even say anything.
So put yourself on mute when you want to laugh. Like nobody
was going to take a shit.
Oh, lads, stop, man.
I'm better off hearing
what
my
you
own
mean,
shit
stop?
drip in
Like,
the toilet.
he's interrupting my train of thought.
Go, Showtime.
Johnny, let Showtime finish.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see much from him. What did he do? He missed a couple chances to Lukaku. He could have gave Lukaku the ball. He didn't do that. He's doing too much with the ball at his feet. I mean, he's young still, so he's still got a lot to learn. But he gets a 5.
Yeah, he's only our most clutch player in 5 minutes.
Bro, the fact that he scored, bro, the Champions League is over now. We're in a new.
It's not over in history, mate. It's not over in history.
That's Showtime dropping a stinger he takes after his strike.
Hey, Beck, you better be careful with the comments now. I respect
you. But let's go to Klasriff because I know how much he loves Havertz as
well.
Oh,
for fuck's sake. It's German players, bro. Careful.
Everyone
doesn't love Havertz. Never loved Havertz.
Luke Chadwick Actually, he was really poor in the last game, but I'm not like one of those guys who is like, oh, we need to kick Havertz out because when
Luke
Havertz
Chadwick, did you
plays with
say?
Werner, I see a lot of
What?
like movement of Havertz. Havertz is a very good team player, so we need to have a good team to have Havertz in our team. So
Yeah.
I'd probably give him a 6 for the yesterday. He wasn't that bad. He wasn't that good. I don't know.
Oh, that's a fair statement.
Well, does anyone else have any more thoughts
Yeah, I
before we go
do.
to the main
Yeah,
call?
I do on Havertz.
Of
I think
course we
Havertz
do.
showed shithousery yesterday, held the ball well. You can moan at him about passing, but when he passes, where's Lukaku's movement to fucking come in and receive the balls, bruv? He ain't got the minerals, mate. Yeah, Havertz, for me, clear as day, with Mason Mount, are our best two fucking attackers in our entire squad.
What
Those two
about Werner?
players,
Why don't you? Why do you miss out on Werner?
listen,
What is wrong with Werner?
listen. Let's have it right, yeah. Those two, anyone can play those two except Lukaku. So you can have Werner, you can have Cho, you can have Ziyech. Yeah, they all got minerals to play with Kai Havertz, Mason Mount because they all fucking move with each other and
No,
alternate. All right,
we
Kai
have
Havertz yesterday. Kai
play
Havertz
with
yesterday.
Lukaku, and they
Right?
have dropped really
Yeah,
shit
all right,
games.
Klasrev, we heard your spoon.
Werner is the main guy. Respect Werner.
Listen. Werner's not our main guy because he's hardly played. All right, so blame Lukaku
Yeah,
for
but when
playing.
he played against Plymouth,
Yeah,
we
I'm enjoying
won.
this,
Like
Peter.
he
I'm
came on
enjoying
the
this
second
shit.
half, we won. He played
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Palmares, whatever the team name
Listen,
is,
I'm not
like the
disagreeing with you,
final. He
Klasrev. He
came
came
on
on in
and
the
he
Club
won.
World Cup final and he played well, and we look good. And I agree with you, bruv. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is the fundamentals are Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. You can put Werner there. You can alternate the other third position. But the problem is, like I said to you, Kai Havertz, for me, gets a 7 just purely for his fucking work rate and shithousery. The guy run everywhere, fouling, trying to get the ball back. His leg was cut up and he's still playing like a baller, bruv, because he wants to try and win, yeah? And every time he gets the ball, there's no one fucking there for him to find, mate. He's nowhere to be seen because if he crosses, he's got 2 defenders on him, yeah? It's not Kai Havertz's fault, mate.
Yeah.
Would you have Havertz play with Werner or would you have Havertz play with Lukaku?
No, I said Werner, Havertz and Mount for me. Or you could put Ziyech right now on form. I'd have
No,
Havertz,
I just asked you a very
Werner.
short question. I'm not like, I'm just asking you like Havertz with Werner or Havertz with Lukaku?
Havertz with Werner, bruv, all day long,
So
mate.
do you get me? Do you get me? Do you get the point? So Havertz cannot work with Lukaku, but he can work with Werner. So it means Werner is the main guy, not Havertz, right?
Hey,
I've never
Klasrev,
not
wait,
said
man.
that. I mean,
Werner ratings coming soon. Just wait, hold on.
Klasrev, stop trying to make an argument.
No,
He's agreeing with you.
Werner didn't even play, so we're not even talking.
I know,
about
that's
him.
why I told
Exactly.
him to wait.
No, but
Let's
my
go to the main event.
point was that I'd have Werner over Lukaku with Kai Havertz and Mount all day fucking long, mate.
Yeah.
Can you
all day long.
ask me the same question like I asked you?
What?
Anyway, let's move.
I know the answer. What's the point to ask the question if I know the answer?
Yeah, play
Go on,
Werner
Joe.
with Havertz or Lukaku, it will work.
Doesn't matter because we're not seeing him, Klasrev, playing at the moment.
He was he was sick. He was sick.
Yeah, he was sick, but you know, he just doesn't get played anymore. So let's move on.
All right. We're going to go to the Pierre Resistance. But when we do the Pierre Resistance, which is this guy, we're going to go from top to bottom, and we're going to ask everyone because I know everyone wants to have a say on Lukaku. I'm going to exclude myself because I've done enough of talking about Lukaku in my blimmin' analysis. So I'm going to start with Declared. Take it away, mate.
Well, it's probably a bit harsh because you got an early red card, so he was gone missing the whole game. So I don't know how low of a rating can we give someone that gets a red card from start of the match? This guy. Well, everything that Jem said, it's just crazy. How can you break? This guy's breaking records of the least touches in a game.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing. But this guy's starting to get he's starting to be offside now. He looks slow. He looks weak. But everyone wants him to get the ball. You know when he does get the ball, his touches are poor. He gives away the ball. You know what? He looks weak against these defenders now. He looks weak. This guy's the biggest player in the EPL, and he looks weak. This guy's a liability. Why should we pass him? Why does any Chelsea player feel confident passing him the ball? I know, like pundits can talk about, this was an opportunity to pass the ball. You can do a whole compilation of how many times he lost the ball, how bad his passes are. Everyone made up excuses for him. What did I tell him? Wait till the first excuse was forget about the interview, and then the second one was we need to change the system, right? And we changed the system too, and then we don't get service, and then when we ask these people, well, he gets service now. Oh well, Mount, and they bring up Mount and other players that they don't want to talk about. Bro, you know what? If we're gonna get a player that just needs to sit there and get world class service, right? We should have just got Wood or fucking Benteke or someone.
What's the rating? What's the rating, boy?
Why would we pay so much money for a guy that needs world class service, mate? This guy is a world class. I'm gonna use your word. You know how everyone was calling him world class striker? He's a world class passenger.
He's a world class.
Yeah, you can keep saying that. But all right.
Yeah, but declared, guys. You're gonna get your chance. Declared. What was your rating?
Sorry, sorry, I took everyone's time. I didn't talk much, and it just
you landed.
There's a lot more.
Your minerals, mate.
There's more to keep going. But I'm trying to give this guy a rating, and I'm trying to go -2 for his 2 touches. But can I go minus, Jem?
Yeah, you can do what you want, mate. Minuses are open today.
-2 for 2 touches first half.
Minuses are open.
Minuses are open today, my brother. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Big up to Declared. And yeah, you made a lot of sense, mate. Let's go on to Kazim at QNTV. What you saying, my man? Lukaku.
Right, listen, right. I came, right, first of all,
this is like a train, bruv. Everyone wants to go, bruv. You know what I mean?
Johnny, you'll have your turn. Just stay mute and let everyone quickly talk.
I am, because I know he's going to land minerals, so I'm just
self-control. Right. Listen. Oh my God. First of all, he wasn't my first choice signing. Everyone knows that. After Manchester City at the bridge when we lost to 1-0, I came out and I said, listen, this guy doesn't work hard enough for me. He doesn't move. Just doesn't. Because I said to you, if you as a player, you know yourself having a bad game, you go to the effort if you're not going to score, right? Striker, not just about scoring, right? All you need to do, and I had that example, Harry Kane when he was assisted last year for Son all the time. All you need to do, Tottenham against Manchester City, when Harry Kane for his goal dropped deep, he saw Son running, right? And he played the ball through to Son. For his goal, he doesn't do that, my man, right? And guess what, guys? He will never do that because he's technically not good. He's not in his game. I said it. First one saying about Lukaku. I was banging about Lukaku. People didn't like it. I was banging about Ziyech. People didn't like it, right? This guy for me is not good enough. I just said it. I'm not saying it now. I said it since the day one he signed. He's just not good enough technically. And his IQ as well. The movement. He always want to run behind the ball. He think he's fast as Werner or Jamie Vardy. He hasn't got that on him. Drop deep. Hold the ball. Water. He doesn't even hold the ball anymore, right? Yesterday, he only had 7 touches. 7 touches, 100 million, 350 grand a week.
2 in the first half, mate. 1 from kickoff. Just to answer that one as well. Yeah, go on.
You're kidding me, bro.
You shouldn't expect anything then. You shouldn't expect anything.
You get what I'm saying? So I think this guy for me, against Liverpool, I said it in my stream, right? I will start Lukaku against Liverpool. I won't start Lukaku against Liverpool, right? That's my opinion. But listen, sometimes people, if he's not performing and he's not playing well, he's dead. He's not below average. Why the manager playing him? That's what you need to ask the manager.
Forced, bro. He's forced to play him.
That's a good question.
He's forced to play him.
Yeah, but Johnny, with all respect, bro, what I'm trying to say is, if he's a world-class manager, Guardiola or Klopp, no one will force him, bro. When Aguero was answering him back, he bowled him out, bro.
Yeah, but Tuchel's not going to be back like Pep is backed. That's the difference. The board look at Lukaku as just a financial asset. They don't want to lose money. They do want to sell him in the summer, and Tuchel's not playing him, and he's playing like he is. They're not going to get any money for him. No one's going to want to sign the geezer. So he's got to try and keep his value up. So the board are like putting pressure on him to play the 100-million striker. But yet they're happy to have an 82 million Kai Havertz on the bench who's won us trophies.
Yeah.
I can't understand the board.
We're going to get you, Johnny. You're coming, bro. You're coming. Save it. Save it all in your
Just leave me last, man.
Yeah, so
I'll put you
we're moving on, man. I gonna be respectable, man. I just gonna give him one, man. I'm gonna give him one.
Fair enough. We've got a 1 for Lukaku, and I know people in the chat are like saying, "Oh no, this is going to be a cooking season for him." Certainly, part of the reason why we're bringing this all up is because of what social media is currently doing at the moment in terms of the analysis that we've seen in Match of the Day, the question marks of questioning players to not playing to his strengths, and it's getting to the point now where we need to have this discussion because he keeps getting started, he keeps playing every game. Yeah. We need to talk about it. Let's go to VJ. What are you saying?
I'm going to give a 1 for Lukaku. First thing that I wanted to talk about with respect to Lukaku is that this is just splitting. This is just splitting the fan base. I don't know how to even put this in words, but what we're basically trying to do is try to defend one player who's literally not doing anything for the club. And I don't know why I have to do it. Like I've been hearing some questions around, Timo Werner's name being sung in the, yes, in the game, in the game by Chelsea fans, and why is Lukaku's name not being sung and all that? Come on, he has earned it, and he gets his respect. If you have earned it, you'll get the same respect. And I'm not having this like why Timo Werner's song is being sung and Lukaku's song is being not being sung and all that. If you do it, you will get your respect, and you have to perform for that. And his movement is so slow that I love the analysis that you did actually, Jem, like, having multiple, pictures where Havertz had the opportunity to put in for Lukaku, but he was not ready for the goal, in the position. So I kind of like that. And I really like to see a lot more of that particular, tweet. I have to probably do an analysis on it. But again, if you look at Romelu Lukaku and the other attackers, I don't think so the attackers want to actually play with him, and that's a concern I have. This is just splitting the team as well, from what we see outside. So I think we are our team internally as well are hesitant to put the ball to Lukaku, and at this point in time it's just becoming irritating for for us as fans to watch it, because we've seen multiple deliveries from Ziyech for the last 4 or 5 games. And the same from Havertz sometimes, and the goal that Lukaku scored as well in the World Cup, he basically scored after missing that header, right? The Havertz assist that was supposed to be headed, but then he missed it. The defender missed it, and then there was a free open post for him to finish it. So that's how he actually scored. So I don't really understand the point as to why we have to defend Lukaku so hard, why we have to try and do that. We do have options, we do have alternatives. Like, in this point, I think I probably go with Johnny. We do have Havertz and people like that who can actually do the job for us. So I don't really understand the point as to why we have to, keep just backing that one man. I also think Thomas Tuchel has some pressure from the board to just play him day in and day out, and that in essence just means that he has 9 players on the pitch, right?
Yeah, we play with passengers, mate, and that's the problem, and that's why the system.
Yeah, too many passengers, man. Too many passengers, man.
I keep stressing it to you guys. The biggest thing that annoys me with it all is the passenger thing. I hate it. It's that if you don't run your heart out, you don't work hard for the team, you don't try and, even if you're not playing that well, even if you just don't try and show that you're trying to do something,
right?
That for me goes south. I do not.
That's why I like Timo Werner. People talking about Timo Werner. I know Showtime. I know his respect with Showtime. That's his opinion. But listen, Timo Werner knows scoring. He doesn't finish. We know that. But guess what? He works very hard, man. He works very hard for the team.
Yeah, he does, and that's true. VJ, what was your rating? 1, was it? Yeah, I think you said a 1, didn't you?
Yeah, 1 for turning up for the game. Yeah.
Literally. Showtime. It is literally the Showtime, isn't it? We've heard a lot of
Bangers and mash waffle.
We heard a lot of the opposite.
Man, chill.
Wait a sec. We've heard a lot of the opposite to what
he's addressing
the negatives were of Lukaku. We're now going to listen to Showtime. Go on.
Can I just ask a quick question? In regards to you guys, because I didn't bring up Werner, you guys just brought him up. I don't know why, but you said he works hard for the team. And this season alone, tell me how he's working hard for the team. And what's statistical?
Well, he's not played, is he?
Doesn't play.
Yes.
Johnny, let me finish my question. What statistical facts that you have that he works well for the team? I just want to hear that, and then I'll give you my rating. Please,
Well,
Kasim.
if you look at last season, he's
Sorry. Can you repeat the question? Repeat the question, bro.
I said, in what statistical way do you see Timo Werner working for the team?
Listen, mate. I answered the question. Let me come.
Kasim, that was just
Kasim, he wanted statistics. The amount of running that he does are close to
that is running is not a statistic for me. What does he do
running
with the
on the
football?
field is a statistics. That's what you are.
Distance covered.
Well, it's a fundamental
Distance
basic in
coverage
football.
was going to bring. Come on, you guys are taking a piss right now. Kasim, can you answer my question? I'm not talking to the.
Are you talking about
Just
last
answer
season?
the question.
This
No, he's talking about overall.
Yes. What's the facts? Defensive
He's got more goal
goals,
assists
shot
than
creations.
I'm sorry, but with
With
the Timo Werner and his runs, right, he creates at least 2 to 3 goal-scoring chances compared to Lukaku and his runs. His movement off the ball is way clear, and he stretches out defenders like Diaz and all these lot to create goal-scoring opportunities, which are statistics.
Let me come in. You need to understand, people. The comparison between Werner and Lukaku is wrong. I tell you why. Because it's completely wrong. Two different players. Hear me out. They're completely two different players. If you think about logically, why Timo Werner getting the 2-3 chances and Lukaku going? I'm saying hypothetically. One, because Werner's movement and his pace is making these chances. I know he cannot finish, but that's why I'm saying the two different players. Lukaku hasn't got the pace, right? But he think he's got the base. That's why he tried to run behind. But he hasn't got the base what Werner got, and the intelligent run. People, I spoke before about Werner had intelligent runs. He cannot finish. We agree with that, right? I gonna answer Showtime's question, bro. You're talking about Werner, this and that. Timo Werner, we brought him as a striker to score goals. I agree with you. He wouldn't not doing it, scoring goals. But what he did is, I said, all right, if I'm not scoring goals, I've got to contribute. So if he plays in the left, he was running City ragged, running everyone ragged, and he assists. And he's causing problem. And if you look at statistically, that's why we were creating a lot of chances. Because Timo Werner was part of that. Because he's base. Do you understand? He's not scoring, but he's creating. And he was because he was too fast, he's dragging 2-3 people with him, and they left space to Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. That was Timo Werner very effective. That's why when I was saying about Timo Werner, he works very hard. He's very effective, and we won the Champions League with him, right? We won the Champions League with Timo Werner. Yeah, but Lukaku, he's statics, mate. He's standing in the front. He went to the body.
Basically, what you're saying, Kazim, is he doesn't make things happen for himself like Timo Werner does.
No, he's not. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's spot on, Jim. It's spot on.
He's the only player. He's the only player who watched against Zenit. Yeah, against Zenit. Timo Werner made a goal for himself.
Guys, can we get back to
done that, bro?
Yeah,
can we get back to Showtime? Let him carry on finishing Showtime. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna refrain from actually rating him from a 1 to 10 basics, just because the game yesterday he didn't perform, and that's the honest truth. I'm not gonna sit here and defend something that I can't defend. You know, I'm just gonna sound like a minerals. So I'm not
a clown. You mean a clown?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna address it on what I see and what I expect from a striker. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In regards to Lukaku, 7 touches in a match for that type of price tag is not respectable. I mean, I think, like somebody said before, the players around him aren't even feeding him the way he's supposed to be fed. I mean, do you go to a homeless person and not feed him, or do you not go to a homeless person and not give them the ball, give them money?
I think he's eating too much, mate.
You gotta.
Stop, man. Like, bro.
You have to feed him.
This guy ain't homeless, bro.
Man. What is this shit?
You have to feed him the way that you feed a homeless person. You give them it to them. You give them the food. You got to give Lukaku the opportunity for him to score.
Like Mount did.
That is such a shit analogy, right there.
Hold on.
That's such a bad analogy. What the hell is that?
Hold on. Showtime.
This guy's the richest homeless person I know.
Hold on. I need to ask the question. Hold on. Showtime. Do you think, although you've just said that, do you think he needs to do better himself, though?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Listen, That's why I'm not giving him a rating because he needs
respect
to
him
do
for that,
better.
lads.
Because he's not doing something to help himself as well. But also, he can't drop back in the defensive third and carry the ball from the defensive third to the attacking. He can't do that. There has to be continuity from the defense to the midfield to the attackers on the wings and to Lukaku.
Because he's a one-trick
If you want
pony.
him to score goals, if you want him to score goals, you have to give him the ball. You have to let him score and let him do things. He has 2 offsides.
No, you have to put it on a plate. That's what you got to do. Put it on a plate.
You got. I mean, when Costa started, he got. Look, listen. Let me finish, Kazi. When Diego Costa came in, when the attackers was when Diego Costa came in, you saw the attackers that were around him. Balls were placed in areas for him to quickly tap the ball. Look at the highlights that Chelsea just posted of Diego Costa. Tell me why the attackers can't do the same.
But Chelsea fans also say that the attackers around Hazard were really bad, except Costa.
I said Costa.
It works both ways, my bro.
Showtime. The problem is though, players like Costa bully the defense to the like. If you remember the Man City 3-1, Costa was ripping apart the defense. He was pushing them physically.
Two different players, man.
Don't compare him ever.
But you gotta also look around him. That's what I'm trying to get at. We can't just always use Lukaku as the scapegoat when we don't play well.
Yeah, but then when you look around,
he's the
fucking reason, bro. He's the reason, bro.
That will help Lukaku, and that's Werner. But you don't
finish your next. If you're next, let Showtime finish.
Listen. You need to be careful what you wish for. To be honest, we wish for a finish. Lukaku is not here.
You're next. You are next to speak. Let Showtime finish.
Let Showtime finish, and then you're next. Klasef, you're after Showtime. Klasef, you're after Showtime.
I thought you finished. I didn't mean when you finish.
I'm sorry, it's almost your turn. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: he's wearing the Chelsea shirt. There's no way I'm gonna sit here.
I fucking know that.
you know that, but you sit here writing diaries about the man because you eat your feelings.
The guy went around.
Told you about let him finish.
I'm gonna back him as long as I can until he's on a plane to another state, country, state, city, whatever you want to call it.
Would you know what? If you're backing him Showtime, it's like you going out on a night on a piss up, bruv, and being tied to a lamppost because that's your night out, bruv. That's what you enjoy, man. That's what you enjoy.
I'm backing him because he's starting, because Tuchel sees that he's good. As long as we're winning, he's gonna play. Because at the end of the day, if you think Tuchel won't drop him because he's not playing well or the board is giving him pressure, no, he's playing because Tuchel sees him as a key to our success.
Tuchel loves him.
It's not a problem; it's a solution. He's not scoring goals, okay, but he's also contributing in other ways. He just didn't contribute yesterday.
Tuchel rinsed him yesterday. Absolutely shithoused him.
But Showtime, you're setting high standards. What you're setting is that
I know.
He wears a blue shirt. That means you can't criticize any other blue shirt players, right? You can't.
Why do you not back Timo Werner then, Showtime?
And then as soon as Lukaku gets dropped, hey, hold on. As soon as Lukaku gets dropped, then we'll add a power on him. Is that the standards? You're setting up rules for yourself. As soon as Tuchel drops him, then if you're agreeing with Tuchel,
that's not what he's still wearing the shirt. He's on the bench, still wearing the shirt.
Declared. This fella, bruv, he comes at Mason Mount. I think Showtime. It's time for bedtime, mate. It's bedtime
now. You must have forgot what
Let him finish.
No, hold on.
Let him finish, man. Otherwise,
at the end of the day,
give him a rating.
If he's sitting on the bench, I expect the fans that's going to the matches to sing his name as well as you sing it to his name. Exactly. Because at the same time, that's the thing that I don't get with you fans. You sing a man that's warming the bench, but you don't sing the man that's playing.
Showtime's right.
Johnny, guys, let Showtime finish.
Showtime, go. But Showtime, why are you going to sing a player's name that has 7 touches in 90 minutes? Answer that question.
Listen to this. If I'm a superstar athlete, but I have another superstar athlete sitting on the bench, riding the bench, but the fans are singing the person that's sitting on the bench name, How would you expect me that's playing 90 minutes each match to feel when you're not even giving me
Put a
no type
rookie
of
up
love?
your ass and play for the shirt instead of walking around and getting
Same,
two
play for the shirt. He's playing for the shirt if he's on the pitch.
Showtime, don't even
90
show
minutes
them.
each
Don't
match.
even.
And VJ, when you said that,
I think he's playing against us, Geezer. I think he's playing against us.
Face to face when you said why I'm questioning people singing Timo's name. Yeah, I'm a question it because he's not playing, and the person that's playing is not getting no
Well, they're
love from
singing him because they want him on the
Simple.
pitch. That's
They
why.
want, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but
telling
He's not on the
together.
pitch. You singing his name, he's not getting on the pitch to do nothing.
I
He's not getting on the
They
pitch.
want him on the pitch.
Shut
That's why they
up,
sing his
Showtime.
name so you can get Lukaku off the pitch.
Like,
Shut
what
up.
you was like?
Yeah, and it ain't happening. So you might hold
Showtime,
it.
You always
Showtime,
want
Showtime,
that
let
guy
me-
is a machine.
Showtime,
That
let me
guy-
clarify. Let me clarify.
Fucking let him
Let me
speak.
clarify.
that guy
Let me
wins
clarify.
all the time.
Let me clarify. First thing is
How many times are we gonna get clarifications this
Fucking
fucking
hell.
time, man? Jesus.
Let's clarify for
It's
twice.
fucking 2 hours!
He's a clarified lump of shit. That's all you got to clarify, bruv. Yeah, that's all you got to clarify here.
for me,
2 hours.
for me as fans, for me, the fans in the stadium have every right to big up the players, whoever
On
they
the
want,
bench.
right?
On the bench. Stay on the bench, boy.
It depends. It
Stay on
depends
the
on the
bench.
respect. It depends on the respect that the player has gained for amongst the fan base. Okay, and you and me are in no position to question why the fans are actually doing that.
I'm in position
Why
to
are
question
you then?
anything that got done
Didn't
in my
Lukaku
club.
big up Inter fans in his interview?
There you go.
Didn't he
There
say
you
he
go.
wanted to play
He's
for
doing
Inter?
it
He didn't want to leave.
But the guy's wearing a blue shirt. He's doing the wrong crowd. He's
Showtime,
cheering at the wrong team.
my answer to your question is, if you like your fans to be chanting your name, which actually they did when you came to the club, right?
Exactly.
If they
Yeah,
want,
I fucking did. I'll tell you that now. I fucking
Exactly.
did.
Then
And he
look
mugged
at
me
your
off.
minerals, and you
And he
became
mugged me
Yeah,
off.
yo, Johnny, man.
It became
if they want you, if you want them to do it, then prove them that you actually belong in the club.
To be here,
Either-
yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, Jem, I'm not giving a rate. I just wanted you to hear what I had to say.
Yeah, because he's so fucking bad. That's why.
He played bad yesterday, but you wasn't saying that when he
Well,
scored.
give him a
you were voting
goddamn
the
rating,
Club World
bruv.
Cup.
Give him a rating. Land your
I'm not
minerals and
giving
give
him
him
a
a
rating
fucking
because-
rating,
No,
bruv.
you man
I'm
are
not
giving him
gonna-
ones and that, so clearly you man rate him though.
Like you said, what?
No, give him a rating, Showtime. Come on.
I mean, if I got to give him a rating for showing up and 7 touches, I'd probably go no less than 2, probably 1.5.
And that's fair because you
There
rate
you
him.
go.
Fair
that's
enough, fair enough, guys. Fair enough.
I respect that.
I thought you
That
were
was-
going
That wasn't so hard, was it? It wasn't so
But
hard.
Johnny,
I
to be
just
fair,
don't
you were
like
talking
hearing
over
you
him,
nag like a
so-
little girl, so that's why I had
To
to
be
say
fair,
that.
you were talking over him.
Yeah,
All right.
Like-
Anyway, let's move. Johnny, I'm
Yeah,
going too fast.
He's talking about homeless people and all that.
When
Do you know what I
people
mean?
talk, just shut up.
It was an analogy. It's
One
a
second,
simile or a
one
metaphor.
second.
You
Guys,
both.
All right, let's hear it from
Showtime,
Johnny. Let's
the
hear it
more
from
you
Johnny.
talk, the analogy makes
Guys,
sense. The guy
just
needs
shut
help.
up.
The guy's
Guys.
useless. He needs help.
Guys,
He needs
guys.
charity.
Like, you
Can I
man need to
speak?
stop talking over
2
each
seconds.
other.
2
Fuck's
seconds.
sake.
2 seconds. Johnny, you're going last, yeah? So I'm going to go to Klasref.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll go after Johnny. I need to go.
No, you go, Kazra. You go, bro. You go, bruv.
I need to go for a piss, bro. Just give me 5
Oh,
minutes.
Go, Klasref, go. Land your minerals, mate.
Lazarus, go, man. Come on, Bash Werner.
Bro, I need to go for a piss. Just wait a
Just use a
second.
bottle, man. Just go.
Is that your analogy? Going for a piss then?
It's taking a
Bro,
piss.
just talk on
Bro,
the
if he's
toilet, man.
on the piss, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What's he doing? Is he talking or not, Klasref? Are you going or not? I don't get it. What's
Just
going
move on, Jim. To
He's
somebody
on
else
the
when he
fucking
come back.
toilet.
All right. Cool. Ram, quickly. Lukaku.
Go on, man.
Man, Lukaku. What I
Are you
have to
really
say
gonna-
about
You
Lukaku,
gonna let
bro?
him speak though, Jim? He doesn't
Yeah,
support.
I am. He's here.
Shut
isn't
up,
he?
Showtime.
Let's go.
Hush your
Yeah,
gums.
bro.
Oh, okay, Ram.
Hush your
Oh,
gums.
bro.
Hush your
I
gums.
like this
Take the
Ram.
bass out your voice. You online, bro.
Bro,
Take the
shut
bass out
up.
your voice.
Shut up. I heard you for the last half an hour, bro. Now let me talk.
You online. You take the bass out your voice though.
Shut
all right?
up, you fool.
Whoa,
Shut up,
whoa,
you
whoa.
fools.
You
Firstly-
going too?
Both
Yeah,
of
bro.
you.
Nah.
Don't
call me out of my- yeah, bro. Don't call me no.
Hey,
don't
guys,
disrespect me.
we're never gonna finish the stream,
You're
man.
doing
Let's
this
continue
again.
up.
You're
You've
gonna
gone
ruin
too
it.
far with that full
Bro,
word.
don't mention
Fucking
my
old
name
school
and don't
kids,
say
man.
anything, bro. Just let me
I didn't
talk.
even. I didn't mention your name. I just
Showtime,
asked if
just
you
let
were
him
gonna
talk,
speak.
bro. Just let him talk, please.
Yeah.
Let him talk.
No, you guys
Go,
let
man.
Showtime talk, so it's only fair, right?
Go.
Quickly, so the first thing I said to Jem this morning, yeah, it was a pretty damning stat, yeah. Rodri and Fabinho both have 4 goal contributions in the Prem this season. Lukaku has 5. I'm not talking, and they play roughly the same amount of games as each other. And I'm not talking, and not only that Fabinho and Rodri are centre defensive midfielders and they're sixes, but Lukaku's £100 million. And the whole point of Lukaku signing was to put the ball in the back of the net. And now he's not doing that. So you have to get some criticism. I don't want this, Werner gets this, Havertz gets a slide, this and that. We're judging Lukaku, and Lukaku's not living up to the expectations of a lot of Chelsea fans. And I don't understand why so many people are having excuses for Lukaku. I saw the stats for yesterday. He was shocking, man. Literally everything was 0. Even the touches in the game. I swear in the first half, he only had 2 touches. And one of them was him taking the kickoff touch.
Yeah.
So like literally, you need to fix up with this Lukaku, Stan, and whatever backing, because he's not doing it. He's not doing it, man. So I know people won't like me saying because there's a Liverpool fan, but bro, Jota's got double the amount of goals as him, and he ain't even a striker. So we move, man. We move. Lukaku,
keep that same energy when he bangs 2 on your head next week.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear it from outsider, mate. It doesn't really matter Liverpool, but it's good, yeah.
Bro, no, he doesn't like to hear it from an outsider because he thinks an outsider doesn't know much, bro. I know strikers. I got
Ram. We can't use the excuse.
That same energy.
Showtime. We can't use the excuse. We can't use the excuse that we do not try and adapt our systems to Lukaku, because we've tried 3 different systems.
Yeah, I agree.
For him to try and get the best out of him. So this thing of, so this is why I get annoyed of, we've got to play to Lukaku's strengths. What the fuck is his strengths? Because we tried 3 different systems.
I don't know
anything different. So what is it we need to do that needs to get the best out of him? Because we're not playing counter football. We're not a counter football team. At the end of the day,
that's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do, Jem. That's the only thing you can do.
So in that case, Johnny, he's limited. That means that
of course he is. Of course he is.
That's what I keep telling people. Yeah. So, but Hassan, go.
Oh, well, where can I start with him, man? I mean, 7 touches, one of them was kickoff. I don't know about the second half, whether they register offside as a touch as well.
On the hillside.
Alright, so he's basically had, I think, 3 touches where he was in an offside position in the second half. And yeah, I mean, most of his chances were offside as well. So I don't know, man, his movements has been shocking. And the whole point of when Johnny brought up Werner was because of the inconsistency with our fan base. They slate 50 million strikers for doing runs. And I mean, Lukaku's 100 million, so we should have double the expectations. We've bought him for 100 million, not for brand value, not for this. Is to bang in goals and to win us titles. And so far, he's not been doing that. And he's been. And I remember in one of his interviews, he said, I should be up there with Benzema, all this lot, because my goal scoring is not on form; it's based on class. The funny thing is, players like Harry Kane, Benzema, Lewandowski, when running behind the defender does not work, they drop in deep, link up play, try to create chances for the teams and for the players around them. And yeah, man, I just don't know what to say, man. 7 touches, and you know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of Antonio Conte when Batshuayi just came off the bench and went back straight away. That's what he literally did. That's his highlight, man. If I were to do a Lukaku highlight, it'd be Batshuayi coming off the bench. He gets a 1 from me. I'm not going to slay him too much because he's, like I said.
Well said, man. Well said. Well said, man.
There I said. Clasworth, are you back?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not like Lukaku doesn't need to play in Champions League though. Like we signed him for Premier League, right? So he can win us Premier League, but he didn't win us Premier League. So now, like, what is the point of it?
Bro, you're 10 points, but I swear you're like 13 points behind City.
So wait a sec, Clasworth, I'm talking about this from what you've seen of Lukaku. What is your, because you were saying that you were sticking up for him a couple of weeks ago.
He calls him Lukaku.
Like I'm still sticking up for him because we have tried a lot of system and he hasn't worked. But there's still one system we haven't tried, which is Werner, Lukaku, and Chilwell and Reece James. When we tried that, then I can probably say clearly if Lukaku is a hit or a
I
flop.
swear you
Because
played that
right
against
now
City.
I have like I'm a bit confused because last year I was blaming Mason Mount, Havertz, and not Werner, and this year I'm actually I need to know if actually I was right or wrong. Was Havertz and Mason Mount and Pulisic, Ziyech were a problem, or Werner was a problem? If
You were
Lukaku
wrong.
if Lukaku flops, then obviously it's our attacking midfielders. Those are the problems. So
What?
I'm not made I've not
Oh,
made my
fuck
mind up
off,
yet
man.
on Lukaku
Oh,
because
no,
we
that's
haven't tried
rubbish.
Lukaku with Werner though.
I swear
Wait,
you
wait,
played
so
that against
it's
City.
our forwards.
is
It's our forwards that
bullshit.
is the problem, basically.
Yeah,
Glasgow.
it could be if Lukaku doesn't work with Werner, Reece James, and Chilwell, then obviously then our forward like
Hang on, Jem, I
Havertz and all
swear.
those are
What have the
problem.
cams got to do with that, though?
If Lukaku works with Werner and with the other guys, then obviously Lukaku
Yeah,
is
don't
not a
blame
problem.
him. Fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're both gonna be working together on the bench, bro, because they both Timo Werner is warming up the seats. Sorry.
We got JJ Bridge with donations. Says Lukaku must hate this fan base. Big up, Jem.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
no
donation,
wonder.
bro. Big up to you, Klasref. Fair enough. We've got Eric Blue in here. We've got Johnny. I mean, Eric Blue, go. What's your thoughts on Lukaku, mate? Before we go to Johnny.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good. Okay, so Lukaku is someone who I backed. I think everybody who listened to me knows that I liked Lukaku. I was, in favor of him coming to Chelsea. But ever since the interview, I don't think he has any future at this club. Yeah. I've said it a few times now. So it's a thing where I know Lukaku isn't this bad. It's obvious. It's easy to just say, he's always been as bad as he is now. He's always been trash, this, that, the other. But I think his best is he's playing nowhere near his best. Maybe you could have said his best wasn't good enough for Chelsea, but he's not even close to that right now. So this version of Lukaku is nowhere near the version that started in his first game, the game against Arsenal. I don't think this version of Lukaku is anywhere near that. And I think he's lost. Maybe he forgot how to do what he does. He forgot how to score goals. He forgot how to play. Because I think it's just a matter of time before things are over for him. I don't think this is going to change. I can't see it. It's been, how many games has he started now? And he hasn't turned it around. He hasn't.
9 games.
29
about 8 games now.
Eric,
yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't think he's forgotten. I'm gonna say this real quick. I don't think he's forgotten about what he can do. I just think I've seen it with many players and many teams where they've had a fallout. I just genuinely think he just doesn't give a shit. And I like Lukaku, and I think he's still a proven player, but he's just not prem quality. That's just what I think. And we've seen several top established players who just aren't cut out for the prem, and I think Lukaku is one of them.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say that. I agree a little bit with what you're saying, but I don't think he doesn't care. I really don't, because nobody would say he doesn't care when he plays well against Arsenal. When he scored those 2 goals against Villa.
That was before the interview, though, wasn't it?
But Arsenal are a bunch of farmers, though. Anyone can fall.
But
Arsenal was bad, man.
But Arsenal are Arsenal are a boogie team for Chelsea. We haven't won too many games.
Eric, when I saw him against Aston Villa, I thought, okay, this is interesting. You know what I mean? I thought this is good. This is what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? I thought if he could continue with that performance, but
so I was at that game.
Can I say something quickly? Cool. I hear what you're saying, though, Eric. I completely agree. Mate, the thing is, though, you have 2 scenarios. So either what I said is true, or basically he's a proven established player who can definitely net many goals for a good team. But it's just, okay, cool. He can play consistently well in a different league, but as soon as he comes to a way harder one, the standards have risen, and then he becomes inconsistent because he can care. It can look like he cares in certain times, but at the same time, when it comes to another game, it might look like he's not, and that's what consistency. That's what inconsistency looks like. That's what it looks like because I can actually say there are several players that have definitely been in the Prem that look like they don't care at sometimes, and then they'll go play another team and they're like, oh wow, they really really want it, and I think Lukaku is definitely one of them players.
Eric, quick
I think it also indicates like the players we have like Havertz, Pulisic, and Ziyech and Mason, not Mason Mount. The younger lot, they are not very like motivated individuals, right? So when Lukaku plays with them, he doesn't care too. But when he plays around Werner's and Aspie, he really cares.
Yeah, look,
You know,
just
he
to
runs
Eric, do
around.
you think COVID is
Let's-
playing a part into his form right now?
what's
Because
that?
he had COVID as well.
we so did so many players.
No, that was a while ago. That was ages ago. I
No,
don't
he's
think
referring
we
to the you know how you
COVID
said he
and
forgot how to play. COVID
Yeah.
gave him amnesia, and now he doesn't know how to play.
nah,
And
that's not.
why
See,
that's what's
That never
happening now.
happened. I don't
laughed
know
at
who
that.
told
That
you
was
that.
whack. Stop
Yeah,
it,
look.
boy.
I'm glad
I don't know
Yeah,
who
they
told
what,
you
used.
that.
I'm
your
glad everyone
excuse
used
is
that
whack,
excuse
bro. What
last
are you saying?
season for
I'm
Kai
just-
when Kai had
just fucking
COVID and
kill
everyone
me.
was coming at him.
He had
It's
COVID
COVID.
this year as well. Kai had COVID this year as
I
well.
Can
He
we
think
had
go
to-
to
yeah.
Johnny
he had to
now,
break.
please?
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
can we go to
Showtime, you know
Johnny?
he's
Yeah, then
vaccinated,
tell
yeah?
your look.
Let's go to Johnny.
You said
Land
what,
your
Declan?
minerals, Johnny.
Bro,
He's
who the-
vaccinated.
yo,
It's just waffle, man. Ignore it.
Go on, let's go.
All right, so where do you want me to start with this fella? Really? I mean, there's a long list. There's a long list that I can go through. All right, let's be real about it.
Break down the facts, though, Johnny. Yeah, don't just call him a
Yeah,
rhino
of course
and
they're
stuff like
facts,
that,
man.
yeah.
The geezer
Yeah,
can't press.
break
He's
it
got no fluidity. He's got no movement. He's not clinical enough. He can't head. He can't fucking hold the ball. He ain't got a first touch. He's not got a fucking an ounce of chemistry with any player in our front line. All right, the gaffer's tried every fucking combination and personnel under the sun to accommodate this geezer. Since the documentary's come out, let's have it right. Yeah, he's been dropped against Liverpool. Okay, he's played every fucking game after that.
Yeah.
He's played 12 or 13 games back to back. He scored one goal against Chesterfield. He scored one goal against Halil, and he scored one goal against Palmeiras. All right. Now look at the opposition quality that he scored those goals, firstly. Secondly, the gaffer took him off in the final of Club World Cup, a trophy we've never fucking won, in front of Roman Abramovich, took off £100 million player, bruv. Yeah? With 20 minutes to go. It's not like it was 10 minutes going into extra time penalties. He had 20 minutes and he changed the game. We played possession football. We looked more balanced. We looked like we were actually going to go and try and fucking win the game. Because apart from the goal he scored, he did fuck all. Okay, the guy needs it on a plate. He needs an open goal, which he just about scored against Halil. We had to rifle it in. The guy has got no real desire from what his body language and the way he plays tells me that he wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. His interview says it. His interview clearly states that he never wanted to come to Chelsea. He thought his move was fucking into either staying at Inter Milan with a bigger contract or going to Barcelona, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. Let's have it right. This
Also,
geezer
he
ain't
just
got,
said he wanted to join. He just said
this,
that, right?
This geezer hasn't got the minerals to play for those clubs, and he definitely hasn't got the minerals to play for Chelsea Football Club. This guy, the only reason, I'll land the facts, the only reason that this guy is playing 12, 13 games back to back since he's stunk up our whole club and ratted us all, yeah, is because he's £100 million player on 320 grand a week. If he was £40 million on 150 grand a week, that guy would have been benched immediately and the board wouldn't say shit. All right. Now the problem I have, this is where I get very fucking roused up. All right. And there's a lot of wrong-uns in this fan base. There's a lot of wrong-uns in the media. I mean, I rate Alan Shearer, I rate Lineker, Ian Wright, not so much, yeah. But at the end of the day, right, what they are talking is absolute bangers and mash waffle. They are expecting a manager that has won us trophies, playing a wing-back system, playing versatility systems with in-game management, with the players that are not his, that he's not signed, he's inherited, and he's won us trophies back to back, all right? And they are expecting us to change our whole way of playing to accommodate Lukaku, who can only fucking play counter-attacking football. He needs space. He needs space to run into. He needs to shield off players and bounce off with a Martinez player like he did with Conte, who can do all the fucking work for him so that he can just run on and tap it in or shoot it in, yeah? He's got no finesse. He doesn't score a goal outside the box. He doesn't make a goal for himself. He hasn't got any fucking technical ability. The guy's a bull in a china shop everywhere he plays. Yesterday, the touch that I saw in the second half, where he had no one, he had a defender behind him, nowhere near it. He shielded the ball, did everything right. The guy touches the ball and he's fucking booted it. Only way Hakim Ziyech is getting there is by flying it on first class British Airways, bruv. There is no other way that guy is getting that ball. The guy's got no link up. He's lost all ability. This guy for 100 million is meant to score goals. He's meant to be our go-to. He's meant to be an example in our side. Yeah, he is not doing that. The interview has shown that he shitted on his whole squad, his whole teammates, his manager, the board, Marina, hence her sitting in his interview. Marina's got a lot to own up for now. She has to make a decision, all right? And I'm going to land it. I'm not going to land it how the fucking journalists like to sugarcoat and get clickbait, yeah? Because they're all waffle merchants, yeah? I'm going to say it how it is. Marina now is in a position where she's got to take the embarrassment and the hit and sell him if she really wants to back Tuchel and progress as a club and actually back what Tuchel is doing and buy him the right profile players, which is what they should have done, instead of going at Lukaku. Now, Lukaku was a signing that they had been after for 2.5 fucking years, maybe longer, even under Conte, all right? That was never a Tuchel signing. It is clear as day that this player profile is not a Tuchel player. Yet you all want to believe that Tuchel said yes to this player because
I've got a question for you.
Hold on. He's not got a fucking choice but to say yes because the board are going to buy him regardless. Now, this journalist come out and come at me, all right? That Liam Towney from The Athletic, whether you listen or not, fella, yeah? Whether he listens or not, yeah? I want to tell you how it is. I want to tell you how it is, yeah? You're there to feed us the bullshit and bangers and mash that the fan base so craves, to cover up the stinker that the board has made of Tuchel. He admitted and said that Tuchel never requested or recommended Lukaku, number one. Number two, the club was after him for more than 2 years, for a long time. Number three, Tuchel's happy going into this season without a striker, bruv. All right? and then he drops in, oh, yeah, he said yes to the signing. Well, what's he going to fucking say when they're about to close the deal? Oh, no, I don't want that player.
Johnny, I need them sources, bro.
Bruv, I've got the source. I've clipped him saying the shit. Yeah? And he come at me, bruv. Matt Law blocks me because I come at him. Now, they're very quick. They're very quick, yeah? They're very quick, these guys, to come out and talk about Mason Mount's angry eyes because he didn't play and had to watch and witness that bullshit, yeah? But when it comes to laying it on... Hold on a minute, bruv. When it comes to laying it on thick, bruv, yeah? Laying it on thick about the truth, and the truth is that this guy has not got a future at Chelsea Football Club, yeah? This guy's not got a future Chelsea Football Club. The gaffer has tried everything. Even the gaffer yesterday, he didn't even say it was a system, bruv. He said it wasn't the system. It's down to Lukaku, the player himself, bruv. Shut up, Kazrev, yeah? Shut up, Corsican, bruv, yeah? I'll let you listen. Yeah? I'll let you land, bruv. I'll let you land.
Right.
The bottom line is, right? The bottom line is, yeah, if this guy's the benchmark for being undroppable, we are fucked as a club. We ain't gonna win no more trophies.
Yeah, you are fucked. Yeah.
This guy, if he starts against Lille will body us with their pressing. We lose all pressing, we lose all fluidity, we lose all chemistry up front. When this guy plays, every other player around him, including Jorginho, including Kante, Kovacic, have to accommodate this fella. Yeah? They have to accommodate this guy's incapabilities. He has not got any good strengths. Is what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, hold on. What I'm saying, I want to say this, bruv. I want to say this is a key point, yeah? I want to land these minerals, bruv. I'm going to say it like this. Everyone keeps bashing on about how we don't play to Lukaku's strengths, right? But how about the board go and sign a player that plays to fucking Tuchel's strengths, his philosophy, his way of playing, bruv? Because you were the one who was
after Werner last year. We need a fucking finisher. We don't care about
Kazrev. I never come at Werner, bruv. Sure, you can vouch for me here. All last season, I backed Werner. I said, you give time. Yes, I fucking well did, bro. Yes, I did, bro. Yes, I did.
And the only reason
he did Kazrev.
Shut up. You're talking nonsense. You don't know me like that.
You're just backing Werner this year because
everyone's telling you I backed him, bro.
Listen,
Kazrev, honestly. Yeah,
I
fucking want Werner in my side, you dickhead. What are you talking about, bruv?
All right.
Just shut up, bruv, for a second, yeah. Shut up, bruv. Let me finish. I am crying out for the gaffer. I'm absolutely crying him out to drop Lukaku, to play Werner, to play fucking Cho, to play Ziyech with Mount and Havertz, bro. Klaus, shut up, bro.
Did you back Werner last year, though?
He did.
Fucking
no,
hell,
he didn't.
He did. I was
We
there.
didn't see
Here we go.
fight
Bro.
over
Did,
Werner.
man. Class ref, you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Hold on.
You
Everyone
didn't back
falls
Werner
into
last
it.
He
year.
did.
Don't
He's
go
come on
home,
my
man.
stream
Did,
to back
same
Werner.
energy.
People used to dig him out all the time. He used to back him. I know he did.
No,
I'm
he
just-
never. He used to
Klaus,
say,
he's told you yes. Shut up and listen to what he's saying, bro.
you
Listen to
never
what he's
fucking
saying to
back
you, bro.
Werner. That's what I'm saying.
Oh
All right,
my
let him
God,
finish,
this guy.
guys.
Just
Let him
mute
finish.
him, bro. Mute this guy, man.
No.
Mute this
Everyone
guy.
knows. You two interrupted other people before, so just take it, man. Like,
We fucking
Don't
asked
cry.
him about 10 times and the guy's still going on.
Johnny, you haven't
Right.
answered. You haven't answered my question. You
You
said
didn't even
You're
ask me a
backing
question,
Werner
bro,
this
because I'm
year
fucking
because
One second.
Lukaku has
Eric, what's your
played.
question? Eric, what's your
Look,
question? Go on, mate.
you said why don't the board go out and get a player that fits what Tuchel wants, right?
Yes.
So my question to you is, did Holland fit Tuchel's style? Is Holland
Yes, he
Tuchel's
does.
kind of
Yes,
player?
he does. Yes,
Can
he
you
does.
how is that the case?
Because that
Because I
guy,
don't agree with
that guy has got the mentality. All right, he's broken records in Champions League level. Yeah, when he's got players around him that are as good, like you saw with Sancho, bruv. I'm not saying he's going to score as many goals in the Bundesliga because Bundesliga's taxed, bruv. Yeah, but he might get half of those goals in the Premier League. But what I'm saying to you, that guy will have more chemistry with our players like Mason Mount and Timo Werner and Kai Havertz than anyone else that Lukaku plays.
How do you know
with, bruv.
that?
I know it, bro.
Johnny,
Because
Johnny,
the guys
Do you
have
have
got
his number? Do you have his
the
number?
guy is
Spoken to him.
the guy is
Johnny,
listen,
No, Johnny.
bruv, let me tell you this straight, yeah. Haaland is a fucking is light years clear of this striker. There's no debate, bruv. You put this striker in any team, this guy is banging in goals wherever he goes.
Yeah,
He's
right.
a fucking goal machine.
But
And
you
you're
do
telling
realise-
me,
you do
you're trying to
realise he
tell
has
me,
No, it's the Premier
creative
League,
You
not the
can't
Bundesliga.
discredit. You cannot discredit Lukaku, man. Overall, you cannot.
He's a
'Cause-
goal scorer.
I'll tell you how I discredit
Proven.
Lukaku. I'll tell you how I discredit Lukaku. I'm going to land it now, bruv, yeah? Because every team he's played in has been counter-attacking defensive teams, number one. Number two, he's played for West Brom and Everton, banging and stat-padding goals against fucking goals that amount to nothing, yeah? Absolutely nothing. He ain't got the minerals to play for a top level team. He
Johnny,
went to
then what did you
United.
expect,
He's playing
then?
against top
he went-
level
What did you
teams.
expect?
He went-
What
he
did
He's
you
went
playing
to-
against
expect?
top level
What did
This
you
teams.
guy,
expect?
this guy has never performed against the big team oppositions, bro. Never. He's never landed goals and turned up in big moments against
So,
the
Johnny-
big teams. He did it at Man United.
Wait,
he
hold
did
on,
it-
hold
he
on.
did it at
Hold on.
Everton.
Yo, Johnny,
He did it
Johnny,
at West Brom.
Johnny, are
Only
you
in
talking about just
Italy.
Chelsea? Are you talking about just Chelsea?
I'm talking about everywhere he's gone, bruv. Everywhere he's gone.
He has performed in big games, man. Don't talk shit, man. He
Where,
Yeah,
bruv?
yeah,
Name
he's
me the
not
games.
proven nothing, bro.
Name me the
PSG
games.
United
Name
in
me-
his last
Name me the
season.
games.
What about
Name
best
me the
players by
games.
far?
What, in Inter
PSG
Milan?
his last season,
At
No,
Inter
but
Milan?
to be fair,
Inter
against
Milan?
for Man United against PSG, he scored 2 goals against them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. And what
And
did that
listen,
amount to?
listen,
What
Lukaku
did that
was
amount to?
balling
They
out.
beat PSG.
And
they
you're
got through.
telling me,
He's
you're
a
telling me.
proven goal
All
scorer.
right,
That's
let's
Johnny,
work it like
hold
this,
on.
yeah. Let me
Johnny,
work it like this,
answer
then,
my
yeah.
question. Johnny, answer my question.
I'm going to answer your
What-
question
no,
right
Johnny,
now.
No, you didn't answer
Yeah.
my question. What did you
I
expect
just
from
did.
him then? You just said
He's
you
got
just said he's not
good-
good enough. He has no feats. He hasn't got this. You
Johnny,
said that a minute
you
ago.
clearly
So what
don't
did you
He's not
expect
good
from him when he
enough.
came in? No, hold on. What did you
What
expect
did I
from him when he
expect?
came in then?
All
What did you
right, all right.
Because no,
I will
hold on.
send you.
Earlier, you said you changed his name.
I'll tell you, bruv. I'll answer you, bruv. I told everyone 10 months ago about this guy. 10 months ago, and I'm on stream clip saying it, and I've got it. I told everyone this guy.
I'm going to jump in now because I've got something I want to show you quickly. On credit to someone that sent it to me as well, because this is pretty shit, isn't it? Alex Goldberg came out, who's obviously just recently seen the light in regards to Lukaku, has come out and said Lukaku versus Premier League sides all comps since the interview. 530 minutes, 6 games, 0 goals, 0 assists, 6 shots on target, 3 big chances missed, 0 big chances created, 133 touches, which is 22.5% per 90. That is shocking. 65 passes, which is 11 per 90. 11 fucking passes per 90. 65 in total. 0 out of 5 dribbles. 3 out of 9 ground duels. 19 ground duels won. And
Wow, he's
8
won
out
8.
of 26 areas.
I'm surprised he has 8.
There you
I'm
go.
surprised.
Yeah, that's what I was
There's your
thinking. Eric.
stats. for
Let's
Romelu
talk
Lukaku.
about before. Let's talk about before. I'll give you an example. Let's talk
Pretty
about
important,
before
isn't it?
before the interview. Yeah, before the interview, he played Manchester City, fuck all. He played Juve, fuck all. Yeah, he played against Liverpool, fuck all. Right? Those
That's
are
not
three
what
big.
Chelsea fans said.
Those are
At the
three
time,
big games.
Chelsea fans
Yeah,
were raving
exactly.
about his
Thank you, Ram.
performance,
Thank
man.
you.
What?
That's not
What?
what you man
What?
said.
Chelsea fans were
That's not what you
saying how
man said.
Lukaku was bodying Matip, bodying
exactly.
I never.
Right.
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
listen,
Yep.
listen,
Yep.
listen.
He's
Yep.
bullying Liverpool.
Listen, I ain't no
But
Chelsea
you guys
fans
were
deluded,
saying-
bruv. I ain't no deluded Chelsea
Because there's
fan.
no
I told
definitely
everyone.
others saying that.
I told
I was saying
everyone in this fan base before we were even looking to buy this guy, when it was just a debate
Jem, do you
about this
remember
guy,
them comments?
and I told everyone, you cannot buy this guy. This guy doesn't fit Tuchel's profile.
That's why you
He
said 5
don't
minutes
see-
ago you're cheering his name when he first joined.
Wait,
Okay, Johnny,
Because I had to, bro. I backed
That's
him,
the-
bruv.
That's the
No,
thing.
No. Hold on a minute, Ads. Ads, you're out of line there, son.
Different.
You're out of line there,
I'm not
your
your son, bro. I'm not your son.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why you're out of line there. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why you're out of line. Yeah. I'm going to tell you 1 second. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why you're out of line. All right. The reason you're out of line. No. The reason you're out of line there, yeah, is I may not have wanted that player, bruv. Where I'm going to every game, bruv, and I'm cheering his name to support him. He's a Chelsea player, but ever since that interview, that's where it all went wrong. So don't fucking tell me. Don't tell me that
I'm telling you
I didn't
facts.
back
What you said, mate.
What did I say? Go on, tell me. What did I say?
Hold on, Johnny. I never said you
What
don't
did I
back
say?
your players. I never said you don't back your players.
No, you said I didn't back Lukaku. Go on.
That's not what I said. I said
What did you just say?
him. No. See, you don't listen, old man. You don't listen, bruv.
You
Listen
call
to
me an
people
old man,
talk.
yeah?
Yes. You need to listen to people
Really,
talk.
kid?
I never said you don't back your players. Shut up when I'm talking. I never said
You
you don't
shut
back
the
your
fuck
players.
up, bruv.
I never said you don't
Never
back
backed
your players.
Werner. People are saying he
Show
backed
some
Werner.
respect
He
to your
never
elders,
backed
mate.
Werner. He
Show
was
some
always
respect to
putting
your elders,
Havertz
mate.
in front of Werner.
Show some respect to your elders, mate.
Johnny, it's free game around here, bro.
One second. Kasef, 1 second. Kasef,
Show
1 second.
respect to your elders,
No,
mate.
Johnny, Johnny.
I had fought
Kasef, 1
Johnny
second.
every
Kasef,
single
chill.
He can't see you, so how can you show respect?
Because you, Johnny.
Football.
No, hold on. Let me speak then. I'm saying.
football.
No, hold on, Johnny. You.
Can I just say, are you a Chelsea fan, bro? Are you Chelsea?
No,
Chelsea
I'm
fan?
not a Chelsea fan. But
Where are you then?
You're not
Where are
listening
you? What team is support?
Yes,
What team is
Man
support?
United. He's Man United.
I'm saying, Johnny, you didn't respect me by misquoting me and saying I said that. I never said you don't back your players, because the reason I respect you is because you back your players, right?
No, you
That's
said
literally what
Lukaku, bruv.
I said you back.
Lukaku.
No. Johnny, stop. I never said you don't back Lukaku. I never said you don't back Lukaku. Yes, you back him. That's cool. But you can't say, okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to cheer him. Oh, because he's one of my players. But you didn't rate him from the start. I just wanted to understand what you meant by that. So you can't come at me, misquote me, and then say I'm the one being rude. You can't say
Right.
that. Bro.
Well, if you listen properly, yeah, before we signed him, I never wanted that player. We signed him. When we signed him, bruv, I said I'm going to back this player. End of. He's a Chelsea player. I'm going to back him, whether I like him or not. I'll back him, and that's what I fucking did.
All I wanted to know
Still
is
in the Chelsea
that's
shirt,
all I wanted to
but
know. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, but since the documentary, bruv, hold on a minute, yeah. Since the documentary, bruv.
Johnny
Since the
stopped backing
documentary,
Lukaku.
I lost all respect for him, bruv.
Johnny stopped backing Lukaku when Mason Mount got subbed. He stopped backing because he knows only Mason Mount or Lukaku can play.
What are you talking
One of
about?
them can play.
Johnny, see,
He
I respect
stopped
you, bro. I know you didn't say that. I know you didn't say that.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Yeah, VJ, you go, mate, because I need to hear something properly. Come on, because I'm losing the will to live right now. Go on, go.
So just one thing with respect to this Lukaku and Haaland situation as well, right? People, for me, hindsight is always a beautiful thing. I'm pretty much sure most of you guys would agree to it. Like now we know that Lukaku is not working, and then we go back and say, you know what, we should have got Haaland. I know a lot of people at that point in time as well would have wanted Haaland, but it is according to me, like this is completely my view on this. Okay, it's got nothing to do with other people, how they think and all that. This is my perspective on how I think about Haaland. I'm not really confident on Haaland as well. He as well plays in a counter-attacking system. He as well plays in Bundesliga. We got Werner from there. I'm not really sure about Haaland as well. That's again my perspective. But I do agree to a fact that Haaland could be a bit risk-free in this situation, because now we are stuck with Lukaku, 29 years old. Difficult to sell him now. But the same would have not been the case with Haaland, because he would have probably be treated like another Havertz in our system, because the time that we are giving to Havertz, we would probably be willing to give the same for Haaland if at all he did not get better in the first 1 or 2 years. And that's the advantage that you have when you get someone like a Haaland for 1 year. So I get your point on that, Johnny and others, but I'm really not sure if like Haaland will come in and then break the Premier League. I'm not really sure about
the
that
bottom
particular
line,
point.
Geezer. The bottom line is,
Can I come in with this
hold
one?
on,
Can I
Cassie,
answer
because
this one?
I'm leaving, bruv. Yeah.
Haaland
Right,
would,
so I'm going to just
break
say
the
this.
record.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. Yeah, all right. Every club in world football, the golden ticket is Erling Haaland, all right? Wherever that kid will go, he's at 21 years old, 20 years old, he will bag goals. Anyone who didn't want Haaland wanted Lukaku over Haaland, fucking crazy, brain dead, bruv. Because that player is levels above Lukaku.
How do you
right?
know that?
And I told everyone this. I told everyone about Lukaku, and they didn't want to listen. And now I'm being proved right again. You lot all hate it. But at the end of the day, I know what player we bought into. I know what system he suits, and he don't suit Tuchel's system. And you can play him. You can go and buy Declan Rice. You can go and buy Koundé. You can go and buy Dembele, Rafinha, all these fucking ballers around him, and it'll be the same situation because this guy ain't got the minerals to
get that same
Tuchel
energy
ball.
when we win against
Johnny,
Liverpool. He begs in 2 goals.
Do you watch Dortmund play football?
I've seen
I do,
bruv.
bro. Let me come in, Johnny, now.
Anyway, I'm going, man.
No, Johnny, because you need to hear this, my bro. You need to hear this.
I don't need to hear shit, bruv. I know what I'm saying, bruv. I'll see you later.
Yes, you
Big
do,
up.
because you don't know what See, this
No,
guy.
no, listen, what's your name, bro? What's your name? That guy is above Liverpool. What's your name, bro?
Oh, Ram.
Ram. Yeah. Do you think Haaland is not good enough? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying Haaland's not good enough, but I'm saying Haaland may find a similar situation to what Lukaku is because
I disagree with you. I tell you why.
No. Casa, let me tell you why I think.
Okay, come on.
Because if you look at the players that you have around him, Julian Brandt, Marco Reus, Torgan Hazard, they're very, very creative players. And then you got Rafa Guerrero and the likes of Thomas Meunier who create chances as well. They've got a bunch of people that can create chances for the likes of Erling Haaland, where he gets the likes of 30, 40 goals a season. That's why. And the problem with you lot is that you not had any clear-cut chances or don't create enough chances. Because hang on, Cass, let me finish. If you compare it to this season with our likes of City and us, you are far beyond where we are.
Yeah, I agree.
We have about 30, 20 extra chances created compared to you lot. So that's why I think it's not a foregone conclusion that Haaland will fit in like a what's it called?
What about comparing the players around?
A magnet in the puzzle.
Exactly. So I think people need to hold off with the whole Haaland's going to be the guy. I think Haaland's going to be an incredible footballer, but I cannot see it being a foregone conclusion that take out Lukaku, put in Haaland.
Johnny didn't actually answer my question. Johnny didn't answer my. I asked him about style of play, and Johnny was telling me about his record.
I'll just say that really quickly, but then we're going to go to Kazim, and I'm going to shoot off. The real bill and the end all is this with it, all right? Do I think that there's an issue of our system potentially? Yes. Do I think we transition too slow up the pitch? Yes. Does that not help the forwards? No, because we don't move the ball quick enough. Could we be creating more chances if we had Reece James and Ben Chilwell fit and playing in his team, which may help the likes of people like Lukaku? Potentially. Yes, I agree, because they were our outlay. And you've got to bear in mind, when them two were fit, we were playing in a system which was a 3-4-3. So when they do come back, I'm going to be really interested to see if Tuchel sticks with the 4 or the 3, because he's going to have Ben Chilwell and Reece James playing in the back 4 then, rather than the 3 for them to go forwards and backwards and create. But the biggest thing is, guys, at the end of the day, is that as much as we go on about players and whatever, and Lukaku, look, let's just face it, he's just not been good enough since the interview. We can all agree that we don't. I get bored watching us. I think we're really slow. I think we're very predictable to play against, and I think that's not only just the forwards. That there is a bit of an issue in midfield for me. I don't think Kante or even Jorginho are, and I know they both played yesterday. That's why I said their names, are good enough to move the ball quick enough forward to allow these guys to maybe try and build up on the quick transitions, and that will always go against us, because if you give the opposition time to get back into position, and then you try and break them down by doing that, it's 9 times out of 10, it's going to be hard to do. And then you're asking your forwards to do individual Eden Hazard moments. And let me tell you something now. Since Eden Hazard's left Chelsea, we haven't got that player anymore. We can't just give the ball to someone and allow that player to take on 3-4 players and then create the space to set up, whoever's in the box to score a goal. What we need now is players, like the players that we've got at the moment. We have to work to a system that allows them all to benefit from it. And the issue we've got is we've got a bunch of these players, and I'm talking about the forwards mainly, bunch of forwards that are good players, but they're not versatile. They're all good in different systems. So whatever we do to switch the system, we're never going to get the best out of all of them together, and that's why we're never going to see chemistry. We're never going to see chemistry. The problem I have with Lukaku is we have played 3 different systems with him in the team, and he hasn't it's not like he's been benched.
But you just said it's not for him.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is he's seen 3 different systems. The likes of people like Hakim Ziyech and Kai Havertz and Mason Mount have either only played last season we played the 3-4-3 and it worked tremendously. We just didn't.
But then again, we switched to positions that suits the likes of Hakim Ziyech, and you see how it affects the striker. So you can't. There's no win-win situation here. We just got to make sure the attackers know who to give the
Showtime, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Can I just come in before I go because I'm going now?
Go on, Kazim. Go on.
Right, listen. First of all, I'm gonna speak about different points quickly before I go because I've got to go. First of all, for me, Jorginho's gone. It's not good enough. It's just slow in the ball, right? Let's face it. Let's talk fact, okay? I'm going to talk to Ram about Haaland, bro, right? The difference between Haaland and Lukaku. First of all, Lukaku's not good enough for me. I made it clear from day one. It's for different reasons. One of them, the big thing is it doesn't work hard and his technical ability. When we talk about Haaland comparing to Lukaku, right? And you say, how do you know? I'll tell you what. If you watch Dortmund, bro, most of the time, he drops deep. He doesn't just score in the box, bro. He drops deep, and he's quick for a big lad, right? So he uses IQ, intelligence, speed, and power. And he's 20 years old. And I'll give you an example. When you're talking about the players around him, and you mentioned that a lot of players from Dortmund. I agree with you, bro. But when you look at Harry Kane, play for Tottenham, average team. Before Salah arrived to the Premier League, Harry Kane will score every season 25 to 30 goals a season, all competition. Do you agree or you disagree? Let us know, bro. Okay? Then Salah came to the Premier League and he obviously dominated, right? So Harry Kane, right? He drops deep in the Tottenham average team. Before Salah arrived, he was dominating the English football. Part of Aguero, I'm talking about scorer. In Tottenham average team. So you cannot say in Haaland coming to Chelsea, they're not average Chelsea. They're not average. They just need to sort themselves out and they get the right personnel, right?
Yeah, but Ram's not saying that Haaland is shit. He's saying he wouldn't suit our system like you expect.
I think he would do a lot more than what Lukaku does. And that's my opinion.
I doubt it. Because he's moving about. He moves about.
Doubt it. Bro, the guy moves. And the guy's young too. The guy's fresh to learn a new system as well.
From what I've seen of
Jem, thanks for having me. I appreciate that, mate. Take care. Have a good day. Take care, guys. Take care. Bye.
Can I ask Showtime a question?
Can I just quickly say, from what I've seen of Chelsea and the striker, the kind of striker you need is a Benzema or a Lewandowski, because you're asking him to do the playmaking or a Kane to do the playmaking and to be in the box as well. Those 3 players can do that. From what I've seen of Haaland, he could do the little 1-2s and do the one-touch goes, but he can't do the playmaking. Not yet.
Yeah, but
I think he can do the playmaking when he's a lot older.
The one thing that Haaland does very well, which again, this is the 2 things that really annoy me with Lukaku. Not only do I not like passengers, and I think he's a big passenger, is the biggest other thing that really annoys me, which I know Haaland does do because I've watched him enough to see it. Movement in the box. He will.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that's why I think he will he would create a lot more for himself than the likes of someone Lukaku will, because he wants it to his feet all the time. Haaland, he will try and lose the defender that's in front of him, whether he goes near or back post, to create the space to allow him to have an opportunity. That's the difference.
Yeah, for us, that's what Jota's very good at. Exactly. He's very good at losing a defender.
We need someone that's not static,
agile enough.
Limited.
Yeah.
Someone who's agile enough. Showtime, I do have a question for you, right? When people say, enough service is not being provided to Lukaku, and also one more thing, a popular line is that when it comes to Lukaku, people. We're not changing the system to accommodate Lukaku. So my question, maybe I don't understand tactics better. Maybe you can explain it to me. But this is the thing, right? Lukaku, we know that he suits a counter-attacking system, right? And when we talk about counter-attacking system, as much as I know football, for me, counter-attacking system is a system where you don't have the ball most of the time, but you let the other team dominate possession.
Tottenham yesterday, Sportswire.
Yeah?
Tottenham yesterday.
Yeah,
It's a good
correct.
example.
So so you let the other team dominate possession. So what you, in essence, asking Thomas Tuchel to be doing is that we as a team on possession should be changing our entire gameplay to move out of position, to be someone who's out of position, a team that needs to go out of position just to suit one player. Is that worth the shift? This is not just a system. This is just not for formation change. This is not first. This is not first a formation change.
To answer your question, we are not built to play around one player, and that's not gonna happen. I don't expect Tommy Tuchel to just build around Lukaku. It doesn't make any sense to do that because at the end of the day, it's either Tuchel stays and Lukaku goes, or Lukaku is gonna stay and Tuchel is gonna go. But I would rather have Tuchel stay. But for me, it's more so when we're in the attacking third, I expect our attackers to look for Lukaku and not overlook him and do the back passing or do the pass they don't take risk in the passes. That's the problem for me. We don't make we make the easy pass too much. Sometimes the risk is necessary for the personal gain, for the gain of scoring goals. Sometimes throwing the long balls to Lukaku or trying to at least give him the ball, feed him the ball more than a couple times is necessary for us to score goals. You guys want to see him? You want to see him score, bro? You want to see him score? You got to give him you got to give him more than one chance every 15 minutes to try to play
what he's not limited at.
Short what you're saying is accommodate him in the current system. I get that. Like which we all know that he is not getting accommodative. He's not being accommodative. Maybe due to Tuchel, due to the other players, due to himself.
It's the players. It's not him. It's not Tuchel. It's the players.
Can I just conclude on Lukaku quickly? Just to say a few just for a few seconds.
Listen, right? Listen, all I'm gonna.
Yeah. So
I was gonna quickly. I was gonna quickly say, right?
Let Eric go. He's just
just to quickly conclude on Lukaku, I think it's a very sad situation because I think Tammy is better than Lukaku right now. So we just wasted a lot of money bringing in somebody who is not even doing close to what Tammy was doing. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans. Yes, I know. I'm not talking about all that stuff, but what I'm saying is, we could have easily, extending Tammy's contract or giving him a contract of whatever, 200K per week or whatever you want to call it. That would have cost us significantly less than the money we've spent on Lukaku and his whole package, his whole deal, right? So for me, I know people disliked Tammy for a lot of reasons, but Tammy is better than Lukaku. So it's just very sad that we've moved on Tammy and we've wasted all this money on Lukaku.
Yeah,
but Tammy only looks better than Lukaku because he's playing where Lukaku was playing last season.
No, yeah, I don't.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I don't blame it. Don't forget most of his goals are Conference League goals.
He's not playing in the Premier League. If he was playing in the Premier League doing this, I would agree, but I don't agree with that.
No. Tammy scored. Wait, hold on. Tammy scored 15 goals in his first season for Chelsea. I'm talking about him, Tammy from Chelsea. What Tammy did for Chelsea is more than what Lukaku has done for
Chelsea. Okay, and Lukaku's on 10 goals right now. Who's to say he can't score?
No. I said 15 in the Premier League, not in all competitions. Lukaku has 5.
Oh, in all comps he had 18, so Lukaku needs 8.
Exactly. So
how many
exactly?
Let me say it again.
He's getting one goal every 7 games at the moment.
He has 5 in the Prem. What are you saying? Anyway. He has 5 in the Prem.
Yeah, that's not good enough, man.
I don't know why Lukaku. I don't know.
Do you know what the frustrating thing is, right? I was gonna quickly say, man, Lukaku's a running behind striker, man. Like all of our strikers who have been running behind have been flops, and they've all been big money signings. Morata, Torres, whatever. And the funny thing is, what they all have in common, they all rely on confidence. If their confidence drops, that's it. The striker that they are completely is gone. Lukaku's gone now. I would say he's. I feel like in terms of he would score goals, but he just wouldn't be the same Lukaku that came in and started banging goals like straight away and was linking up play slightly. And that's the most annoying thing. Like, surprise, the only decent strikers we've had were strikers that could link up play, like Giroud, Drogba, Costa. You know what I mean, Jem? That's the funniest thing. I think we've signed the wrong type of striker.
You know what it is though?
If
you're the right thing. We haven't signed the right striker. We've bought a striker, and they're the three things actually. The recruitment from our board was shit because we brought in a striker just to score goals. We didn't think how he'd fit the system. He doesn't fit our system, and from what I've seen of him so far, he's too limited. And I don't think he's going to get any better from that. On top of the interview, yeah, the passenger thing is becoming a problem for me because he's starting games and we're playing with 10 men because we're not. To a degree, playing to his strengths, like Showtime says, we're not releasing the ball quick enough to him, but he's also not doing enough himself. He doesn't do enough himself.
I agree. To be able to get
I agree. To get involved.
I just think we bought players. We bought players to fill in the likes of Hazard. Hazard less, and we brought in attackers just to do what. Brought in 2-3 attackers to do what Hazard did. It doesn't make any sense. We got to.
A lot of people are saying, listen, a lot of people are saying I'm having a go at Johnny. Listen, Johnny and I were against Lukaku from the start. We never wanted Lukaku.
No, I didn't, mate.
No, me and Johnny were against Lukaku. But the problem was, Johnny still wanted a striker. I was like, we don't need a striker. That's where our difference goes. Because I was okay without a striker, and he wanted a striker because he wanted to embarrass Werner. The people don't understand how important Werner is. Wherever he goes, if he stays, we're gonna win a Premier League. If he goes, you're gonna win a Premier League for a different team. That guy is Benzema level.
Who?
Werner. That guy is Mbappe. Listen.
Let him finish his point. Let him justify.
Mbappe scored a goal against Madrid. Good for him. Werner did it a year ago.
Mbappe went through a whole team and scored a goal. Werner scored a literal open
Werner
bodied
Sergio Ramos. Werner bodied your guy, Van de Van Dijk against when Germany was playing Holland. He scored against Van Dijk. He scored against Ruben Dias.
Oh, don't forget, Van Dijk also sent his team to beat Germany quite a few times as well.
Listen, Turkish London, that guy, Turkish London wants Werner in his team for Arsenal. Arsenal people, fans want Werner.
No, they won't.
You don't realize the problem last year was Havertz and Mason Mount were too young.
That's what I need to do. Finish the stream right now because I've got to do.
Johnny wanted.
Hey yo, Robs. All I'm gonna say, right? You hold that, man. Klasef, the goal has said he's Benzema level, so hold it, end the stream.
Hold it. And on that note, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, get this to 150 likes, get this to 4.5k subscribers if you're new as well, guys. Big up. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Get ready for next week, yeah?
Next week we've got a big Chelsea Liverpool preview at the end of next week.
Hey yo, Rami. Werner's gonna do a Benzema on you and score 3 goals.
Wait a sec, guys. The Prem show Monday as well. Tuesday we're gonna do the Lille preview as well. I'm going to that game Tuesday evening, and then I'll be back Friday. I'm away Wednesday, Thursday. Mrs.'s birthday, so I've got Mrs. duties. We're going away for 2 days, so I'll be back Friday, and then we'll be doing Friday in Liverpool, Chelsea.
Lukaku's gonna put 2 in your head.
Shut up, man. Shut up. Anyway, big up everyone. Chelsea got the win. Up the Chelsea anyway. Thank you to Hakim Ziyech. We need them 3 points. Man City dropped points, which means they're closer to what Liverpool want, but they're going to drop points soon when you look at their fixtures list. So we move.
Big up Tottenham. Big up Tottenham.
Big up Tottenham and Conte and Kane. Kane signed himself away from Man City, as they say. But yeah, big up everyone. See you later. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be back very soon. Peace.